is coming up. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wizard Hole and the Null York City season finale. It's me, Peter Schmidt, the Wizard DM guy. I don't really introduce myself most games, so that felt a little weird. Before we do the recap and then get right into this season finale epic cyberpunk RPG, let's introduce all of our players.
I'm Tyler. I'm playing Lance Alate.
1 second, we gotta do the screens. There we go. Everybody's up, right? Let me do it one more time. All right. And before we get into this whole thing, let me introduce the players. Now that we are on 4 cameras.
I'm Tyler. I'm playing Lance Alate.
We can't have you doing check-in. Come in.
All right. One more time, because now
take
everybody's seated.
Take
This will be
three.
perfect
Take
for the
three.
edit.
Take three.
But before we get into it, let's introduce all the players. Before we get into it, let's introduce all the players. That one was good.
I'm Tyler. I play Lance Alate. This is going off like a hitch.
I'm Lily. I play Bobby Bobbiano.
My name is Alec, and I play Lexicon John.
And I'm Magnus playing Lies.
Okay, and here we are with our new mics in the same room.
Pretty fancy now.
This time without an audio person, so hopefully the audio is going okay and everything is working just fine. That's what I like to say.
Yeah.
So last time we
Practical effects.
played with the Z-team, there was a little bit of a row over a cyber deck that had all its data mysteriously ripped off of it.
Mysteriously. Very mysterious.
I don't think it was a mystery.
Somebody was...
I had a bank account that had a lot of money put into it, so I was feeling good last week.
And you went right to the dog races, and you
Lost
got
it
kicked
all.
off all the poker, the online poker sites.
Oh, yeah, it's just my computer.
And
It's fine.
your phone keeps running faster and faster as the porn sites keep getting blocked and deleted, and the, your AdSense isn't working as well as it used to be.
I love ads, though, you know?
So that's the one
Need to know
bummer.
what to buy.
Outside of that, you all went to a police gala. Oh, and you were introduced, I'm sorry, to Lexicon John over here, who met you all in a cat cafe, where you were then sent to a fancy police gala in order to infiltrate the corrections computers and initiate a prisoner transfer in a few days from when you did that gala. Am I missing anything else? Some of you found yourselves, some of you drugged other people.
I challenged someone to a height contest, and what I won was something more than I could have ever imagined.
That's true.
It was
Sometimes losing is winning.
yeah.
I think even in the A-team game, there's a point where Galahad was like, what do you do over these next few days? He goes, I hang out with Lancelot. And I said, no, Lancelot has a lot of thinking to do and is trying to figure some stuff out and doesn't have time to hang out with other people right now. And Galahad as a player, Galahad as a character and Bryce as a player, were both saddened by the rejection from me by proxy. So
Send him a box of soup.
that's nice. What kind of soup?
Box soup.
Just the first one that comes up.
Yeah.
Whatever AdSense is serving you.
Box-shaped soup.
Did I miss anything else that anyone else
Just a
did?
box full of loose soup.
I'm looking at you, Lexicon John, because you made a face.
In the whole episode, you mean?
Yeah.
You didn't do any of the action of the episode yet.
What? I feel like I described what happened, that you made a prisoner transfer. And that's basically all that matters in the gala. You give me the details if you want to
Sure.
give us the juicy details.
I had to follow some wretched beast creature into a back room. I had to inject a rotten hump with some space heroin, and then we made her OD with more of my space heroin, which, once again, no one has paid me for.
Yet.
That's
They
exactly
will.
right. I think it ended with all of you after that just leaving gracefully before Bobby went back into the party to slam on the door that Lance was in and said, hey, stop banging in there already, and then left. And when asked, why did you do that? You said, I don't know, he'll recognize my voice. And you, Lance, took
You know,
it
I
as
feel as though we've
encouragement.
become...
I thought it was an applause.
Yeah.
I feel as though we've become a bit of a family over the course of all these murders we've been doing.
Aw.
So I thought I'd give you a heads up.
I think of you as a father.
All right. Let's
Strong
not get too mushy.
strong and distant.
So we ended with you three stepping out of the gala, still wearing your gala clothing, and texting to
His
Abram Sokolov.
Absolutely stunning gala
Well,
clothing.
Lance actually didn't come out with you. Lance decided to go and dance in front of everybody on top of the stage and rolled in shockingly well because you rolled luck on it.
Yeah.
But the rest of you departed together,
Worth
and I
it.
think messaged Abram Sokolov that the orders have been sent through.
Mm-hmm.
And in which case I said we'll handle the rest of that tomorrow. So while we're here, let's jump back to that scene just very briefly. With the three of you, you're out in the municipal area of Null York City, down One Police Plaza, which is right next to like City Hall and next to the mayor's mansion and all of that. You send this text off. Are you still kind of standing out? It's cold. It's a December evening, but you know it's also 2070. It's not that cold.
But by the way, Bobby, I'll contact our friend.
A friend? Yeah, okay. Yeah, give him a call.
So do you call specifically?
No, I message.
What do you message?
I message. Yeah. I've done the bank transfer you requested.
Okay. You get a message back, like pending, the dots of the text showing for a while before it goes. Excellent. I look forward to seeing the funds. We'll be in touch shortly. And within several minutes, you get another message back that says, very good, the funds have been received. All things are a go. I would like to meet you all in my place of business 4 days from now. I will be sending you more information. Get yourself prepared. And then the comm cuts off at that point. Each of you are sent an encrypted file to your comm links maybe an hour later. And on extraction of that file, it basically explains that the prison transfer that you initiated, they want you to intercept it on the day that it's going to go out. So the orders are that you're going to meet up at Johnny's Cafe, the place of business of Russo Corp in this area, and then you're going to be given a ride out to the Taconic Expressway at a place chosen by Sokolov, and then you're going to commence the operation to retrieve the prisoners. Sokolov says, it also says, we'll go through more details day of, but prepare yourself accordingly. And also wires to each of you 5,000 cartel coin to each of you, and also across the board, can all of you take 4 karma. Lance, can you take an extra karma just for finding out about yourself? Lexicon John, also take an extra karma for gleefully ridding yourself of your wretched drugs for the sake of your friends and companions.
I'll take them.
Here you go. Here's a pencil. If you'll just mark it down as like as tick marks, just write karma somewhere like toward the bottom of your screen of your thing, and give yourself 5,000 cartel coin.
While we're doing this, I'm going to remind you that the Taconic Expressway has not existed for many years now. It is actually the Andrea Cuomo Jr. Expressway.
That's true, but like people really didn't like the renaming, so people still call it the Taconic. And you know, the Russos are a old school type of organized crime, and they don't take to all this Cuomo nonsense.
Yeah.
The Italian.
It's hard to differentiate from the Andrew Cuomo Jr. Expressway, which is right next to it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that is a lot of it is that the Russos object to the Italianification of New York and like to pretend it was never Italian in the first place.
I'm going to disagree with them there.
So, in that time, you've got about 4 days before your scheduled meeting at Johnny's Cafe, which is where you've been before, if you recall, before the New Cambridge Analytica job. That's where you were. So, let's go around and talk about those 4 days. After last session, I don't believe anyone's still hurt, unless they were hurt from a previous session. Lance?
No, I'm all good.
Okay.
I finally healed up.
Okay, great.
After some sexual healing.
Sure, yeah, you got that feeling.
You got.
Can I heal? I can heal my stun damage, right? Or stun damage.
If it's been multiple days, so yeah, you can absolutely heal your stun damage. So let's go around from here, and let's start with you.
So with my newfound abilities, of apparently pleasing people,
Mhm.
I think it's time to please myself, and I'm going to go back to my friend Lloyd at the Foot Locker and see if we can't get me that Panther XXL.
Okay, cool. You arrive at the Foot Locker. You go into the back room where Lloyd is greasing up his hands and a thing of oil ready to lube up some things. And he turns around and he's like, "Oh, Lance, it's good to see you. I didn't think I'd see you in so long after I failed you so bad."
Well, you know what I always say. Life's like a box of
handwritten
shoes.
shoes. Yeah, I know exactly what you always say.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, one
It's
for
like
every foot.
What do you want? I gotta lube up these guns over here. but
Yeah,
gotta-
I was
gotta
wondering
get
while
it.
you were greasing and lubing if you were able to find me the finger liquor.
So he walks over and picks up some revolvers, and with his lubed up fingers starts sticking his hand in between each of the chambers of the revolvers, getting them greased up, a couple times licking the corner just to see if it's working.
I feel
And
blood
as
rush
he's
to a
talking
different
you-
part of my body.
He's going, "All right, well, yeah, about that." And now let's roll to see if you found it.
Okay,
So,
cool.
Again, the way this works is the Panther XXL
20.
has a 20 availability rating, meaning I'm rolling 20 dice against you. What is your contact rating for Lloyd?
It's 3 and 4, so 7.
So you're rolling 7 dice against me, but again, you can spend 10% of the cost to get 1 extra dice. You can do that
Correct.
as many times as you want.
So I'm going to roll. What did you roll? 5. The I believe the device rating was 20.
The availability is 20 on the Panther.
Right, but the
That's
price, because I'm gonna use Karma.
All right, give me 1
to-
second. We're gonna look this up real quick. Okay, Panther XXL is 43,000, so it's 4.3 thousand per.
Cool. And for Karma, it's 5,000, correct?
Yes,
So it's 5 times 9 would be
45.
45, which
Which would give you basically 10 extra dice.
cool. So then I'm rolling 17.
You're rolling 17 dice. Okay, and you can roll luck on it if you want.
So then we're going to be rolling 17 plus 4 is what?
21 and turn
Roll
roll
a
6 on if
6.
so you are rolling luck.
I'm rolling luck, which is my only luck point I have.
I love it. Let's do it. Ready? What'd you get?
5.
I got 3.
Woo!
So as he's starts putting 2, then 3, then all 5 fingers, can't get his thumb through, dips in more oil till he gets the thumb through the 5 chambers, and he says, "Do me a favor, lube up your finger and get in that 6th hole."
I lube up a thing that looks like a finger.
What are you lubing up? My God, Lance is unstoppable at this point. Lloyd goes, whoa, buddy! This is a place of business. Put that thing away.
I confused.
Besides, that thing's, you're just gonna mash it against the hole. I need you to fit this thing through.
Confused. I refasten my belt and I stick my big toe.
He goes, all right, knowing a big stupid lug like you is just so beautiful to me. But yeah, I got your finger liquor in the back. He says as he licks the oil off of his own fingers and says, "Come on, I'll go show it to you." And he walks you just like across the room, not that far, and pulls up a wooden crate that he kicks open, and then digging through the sawdust, pulls out a massive set of just like ballistic carry cases, each one hard, solid, and says, "It'll require some assembly, but I figure you're good for that. Otherwise, a little extra I can assemble it for you. But I wouldn't try to take this out the store with you. It's kind of big once it's fully formed, like a big guy like you."
Oh, so what should I should just probably stick it in my pockets?
Well, I would say like just carry this crate home with you, and if you want something, you could say like it's full of trophies for all the orphans that
I beat at baseball.
that you beat at baseball. You
Yeah.
got all their trophies.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That seems good.
Yeah, that'll work for you.
Man,
And
Lloyd, you're a thinker.
He puts the ballistic case back in the crate, covers it back up with the sawdust, and says, "Anyway, that'll be 40. Wait, how much money did you spend? You spent 43. That'll be 86,000, which'll do me real nice. So that's with the 43 you just spent on Karma.
Okay.
How much money do you have on you?
25.
So you don't have enough money.
Nope.
So he looks at it, he goes, "Lance, what do you take me for, a fucking schmuck? I can't I can't accept half the cost of the actual equipment.
Lloyd, it's okay. It's more than half. It's 2/3. Also, I think I helped you out with Lubin, and that seems like that should be worth.
I'm sorry,
a
buddy.
wage.
I'll give you 24 hours to give me the money. Otherwise, I'm just gonna resell the damn thing. I can't hold on to something this hot, and I'm down a lot of money for this.
Well, what do you want from me that I could do for you?
Nothing that is worth like $20,000, like legitimately. I get what you're doing right here. You're not as cute as you think you are.
I loosen my butt cheeks.
He goes, "You're not as cute
No,
as
out
you
of
think
out
you
of
Your
depression.
gun clatters to the ground in dejection and he goes, 24 hours, then I gotta resell this thing. Either way, burn the karma. You spent the karma to acquire it.
Mm-hmm.
So get rid of the karma you don't have.
Yeah.
He goes, find the money, Lance. I love you. Find the money.
Okay. I guess I'm going to call my dear old dad, Bobby Bobbiano.
All right. So as you step out of the Foot Locker into the Galleria Mall's like marble flooring, mall music playing overhead that occasionally announces deals at various kiosks. You pop open your comlink, and who do you call? But
Bobby Bobbiano, my dear old dad.
all right, Bobby.
What time of day is this? What time of day is this?
What time of day is it, Lance?
I assume it's the crack of 2 p.m.
Okay, yeah, crack a tooth.
All right, so I'm just getting up.
All right.
Hello?
Hello?
Who is this?
It's who's this?
I don't got time for this. What are you trying to sell me?
Oh, it's not what I'm trying to sell you. It's what I'm trying to buy me.
Oh, it's the big fella.
Hi, Bob.
All right,
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want?
So there was this thing that I was trying to get, and I got most of it, but I'm like, I need maybe like $20,000 cartel coin.
You fucking kidding me?
But it's really something special. I think you're really gonna like it. It's gonna be finger licking good.
What's in this for me? You're just asking me for money and there's nothing, like, you gotta sweeten the pot.
I'll let you touch it.
Your penis?
No, not my penis. Oh, whoa. No, not my penis. No, it's for work.
Honey. Bobby's in some dire straits these days. I got habits that they require money to sustain. I can't help you.
Okay, well, I mean, you can have the rest of my money later, and I'll pay you back with the jobs because this thing is worth it.
Do you want to put an interest on this, Bobby?
What do you mean?
Do you want to? If you take the loan, I don't see Bobby Bobbiano taking it without interest, without a high interest percentage.
Yeah.
And Lance is a sucker.
Yeah. All right.
like
I tell you what, baby. I give you 20,000 now, and within 1 month, you pay me back 50.
Well, that seems like a good deal.
It's all right. And then you meet me down at my notary's office. We're gonna get this all in writing. We're gonna take your fingerprints. It'll be great.
Okay, but
All right.
can you send me the money now?
Yeah, all right. I'll send it to you now. But you meet me here afterwards. It's right next to Carmine's at 4 Times Square in Times Square.
Oh, okay. I think I can. That's a hard. Okay, I'll try to remember that address. I go to write it down. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you in a message so you have it in
thank
writing.
you.
Fucking dumbass. Sorry, click.
So
I do really want you to have that gun.
so
You want your 50,000?
Yeah. No, but Lily genuinely wants you to have that.
and then if you will, you've got the stats here.
Yeah.
Write
I'll
it
write them all
down.
down.
But you need to buy ammunition, don't you?
Yep. I
Um,
assume my good friend Lloyd would help me out.
well, you're gonna have to.
I'll figure it out.
You'll look it up, but the ammunition costs something. We're gonna say that that Lloyd has the ammo, but he's gonna charge you for it. Ammunition cost on there is per 20 rounds, just so you know. But you're gonna have to read through it to find out what the ammo is. All right, Lloyd hands you the gun. He goes, "That was the fastest 24 hours I've ever had. I am just so happy, Lance, to be able to give you this gun."
It's my pleasure for you to give me this gun.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely. That's great. All right, so I'm feel like you're a small doses kind of guy. I've seen you 3 times in the last week or so. I think why don't you cool it a little bit, and I'll see you I'll see you around. All right.
Okay.
You come by next time you need something. Don't come with not enough money.
Oh. Okay.
I got a lot of guns back here to lube up. Thank you for the money. That's gonna get my 3 daughters through tap class, which is a killer out there.
Yeah, but that's a good career path. Everyone needs to know how to tap.
Yeah, I agree. Tap on tables, tap on shoes. I don't know. Get out of my office.
Okay, I pick up my large crate and I head to 4 Times Square.
All right, and so Bobby, as we're going over to 4 Times Square, let's check in with you a little bit. So after the gala, you went home.
Yeah.
And I guess went to bed late. What were you doing late into the night that you woke up at 2 p.m. or do you just wake up at 2 p.m.?
I stayed up. I finished the jug of Carlo Rossi I'd started that morning. Tried to play some video poker. It didn't really work out.
Yeah, you couldn't log in.
Yeah, couldn't log in.
Your cousin doesn't know any other sites.
Yeah. Went to bed. And then I guess if possible, with these couple of days, Bobby's a little hard up, so I might have tried to hit up Ronnie to see if she needed any, dogs hypnotized or something to make a little.
Within the 4 days.
Yeah. If I can do that or no.
You could try.
Side hustle.
Call up Ronnie.
Yeah. Calling Ronnie.
You hear some babies screaming in the background, and then some pot lids closing. Then you're like, yeah, what is it? Who is this?
Hey, Ronnie, it's me, Bobby. How you doing,
Bobby,
baby?
how you doing? It was great seeing you at the gala yesterday.
So good to see you. I always love to pay respects to our boys in blue.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Fantastic.
The boys in red, red, white, and green, you mean?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if only.
Did I get the colors right?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, good,
You did.
good.
Like a true Italian broad.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just I know the shapes.
Yeah.
That's the Sbarro logo. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, what can I do for you, Bobby?
Hey, I just, wanted to see if you had any work that you needed done. Ever since my fall from grace, I need to pay the bills. I need to keep the lights on in this shithole I live in.
I always got work, Bobby, but a lot of it's, ugly guys with thumb-like head kind of work, like bruised knuckles and, that kind of stuff. Unless you're willing to don a blue uniform and join up with the family over at NYPD LLC.
Oh, I can't do that quite yet. It wouldn't look.
We always need new PR people over there.
Yeah.
I can talk to, well, not the commissioner. The commissioner doesn't speak English too good. Just speaks Italian.
Yeah.
But the other guys, I could talk to Barada. Maybe get you a PR gig. We always need PR gigs.
Oh, I mean, I would love that. Hook me up. But in the meantime, I need a little just quick cash kind of stuff. You got anything for me?
Well, let me see what I got, and then puts the phone in the crook of that arm and pulls out a data pad. Roll the connection rating of Bobby Bobbiano. Of Ronnie, I'm sorry, you're Bobby Bobbiano. My gosh, what is the loyalty of Bobby Bobbiano?
Loyalty.
Not loyalty of Ronnie. God, I'm doing this last night too.
Okay. Ronnie and Bobby. No, they weren't in the same. Loyalty's 2, connections 3, so 5 dice.
Okay, yeah, you roll 5 dice.
Okay, 2 hits.
Ronnie scrolls through and goes, yeah, look, Bobby, you're a professional type. I don't really have much, but there's something I've been wanting to do for a while. And that's, my fucking son, Sid. He won't put down the goddamn video games. And I figure you're a PR person, you're good with words, and you're one of those brainy psyche types. So I figure maybe you can go into his noggin and fuck around in there a little bit. I don't know, some passive aggression or something to get him to put down the fucking video games and crack a book, the Gabazoo.
Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah, just a classic, yeah. All right.
All right, well, Bobby,
just like our mothers used to do with us with the wooden spoon, but
but
to his head.
To the head and inside the brains, if you can get. If you get a wooden spoon inside the smooth brains and make some fucking curves in there.
Yeah.
I got this, my idiot son. Yes, Sid, I'm talking about you. Finish your pasta. And stop taking the skin off the chicken cutlet and just eating that. Eat the whole thing. There's no protein in the skin.
Oh, that's why he's so scrawny.
That's why he's so scrawny and so stupid, if you ask me. His brain ain't nothing but carbohydrates.
I'm gonna root around in there. Let me just say, this kid's gonna need therapy after I'm done with him.
I'll tell you what, Bobby.
Just kidding, I don't believe in therapy.
Well, this is a kind of therapy, I suppose, just like our mommy and daddies used to do with the therapy with the wooden spoon, as you said.
Yeah.
So I figure, I can give you a little money for this, Bobby, but I gotta get results for this, you know? So, why don't I send Sid to go and stay with you for, like, what, 3 days?
Yeah, all right.
All right. Yeah, I don't want to see him for 3 days either.
Yeah.
Look, I'll pay you if nothing else to get him out of my hair. But
Yeah,
if you can cure this motherfucker of some of his dumbass tendencies, I'd love that.
All right, yeah.
All right.
I got you, Ronnie. Anything for you, baby.
Just,
send your shit boy over here. Just send him on up.
Yeah, just a word for you. Keep the chicken cutlets and like the chicken nuggets away from him because he keeps taking the skin off and then see him putting it on his face and then eating that.
Oh yeah, okay.
Turns the phone around to show him. Goes, look at this ugly ass kid. Turns it back. Goes, disgusting. All right, so I'll send him up on the A train like tonight. He'll be there at like 2 a.m, I think.
Yeah, all right. I'll make sure if I have a guest, I'll make sure they're gone by then. You know, Bobby's single, so.
Yeah, I understand. That's fine. He's watched a lot of porn. You don't have to worry about that at all.
Oh yeah, you're raising him right.
I
love that. You know I respect you, Ronnie.
Yeah, well, I respect you, Bobby Bobbiano.
All right.
And you call me up later about that PR job.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. So, you are, with that, Sid comes and stays with you for several days. During this process, Lance calls you and you take care of that. You also, as you're waiting for Sid, you get a bunch of, messages, talking about extra charges because of your room in JFK that has been, the room was totally trashed when you left it, it's saying. The, wallpaper, had been stripped out, the, pillows were ripped open, one of the chairs was broken.
Did I do that?
Logic plus willpower to see if you remember whether or not you did that after losing some stuff.
I don't think I did. Alright, no hits. Can't remember. Blackout button.
Yeah, you're not sure.
Yeah.
How do you respond to these messages? They get within 3 messages, they're all caps lock sent to you.
How did I pay for this room? Was it a credit card kind of thing?
Absolutely, it's definitely a credit card.
Yeah. I think I cancel the card and I ignore him.
You cancel the card and ignore him. All right, can you give me give me academics plus logic to see how effectively you can cancel your card before this happens. I'm gonna roll against you.
It's not gonna go well
Credit
for
Collection
me.
Bureau. Yeah, what's your academics?
1.
All right,
and
beautiful.
1 logic. What it?
All right, so you're you're on the phone with the bank now.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry, we can't cancel the card because we're getting several compound requests from JFK. Have you ever stayed at JFK Hotel before?
No, I never stayed there. I'm telling you, my card got stolen right before this, and they went there and they had a bender. You know, that's not my fault. How could I be held liable
Give
for
me
that?
persuasion plus charm.
Oh, yeah. I have luck to do that. 4 hits.
4 hits.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's pretty good. Okay. They go. Well, they have a picture. They have a picture of you at the counter coming in. Is this not you? And they scan a photo that's clearly you. You have a jug of Carla Rossi under one arm, and you're flipping off the person behind the counter, and yelling at their face as they have their hands up, scared of you.
No, that is not me. What are you talking about? I've never seen this woman before in my life.
Deception plus charm. As you're talking, they pull up the photo of you in the AR display and they put it next. They zoom down and look at the photo. Go, it's really similar. How many hits?
4.
They go, it's really similar. Do you have any explanation for why this would be?
I mean, you know, I'm there's not to brag, but you know, there's a lot of people who copy my look. I'm kind of a big deal. You know.
Give me another deception plus charm on that one. Give me a -2 on that.
Okay, wait. Sorry. 3 hits.
3 hits. They go, you know, I have the same problem myself.
You sound like a man of great virtue. I can believe that.
I have extremely great virtue. And as a result, yeah, you know what? I take you at your point. I understand. I'll cancel all the charges. And I'm sorry your card got stolen. We'll send another one back to you immediately.
Oh, thank you so much. You know what? This is why I bank with Amazon. You guys have the best customer service.
Amazon Omega, don't you forget about it.
Yeah.
We're always watching you from up, down, high, and we'll give you direct deliveries same day. So expect.
Makes me feel safe.
Expect a delivery around the same time that guy Sid's gonna come stay with you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's
you know
right.
about Sid.
Oh yeah, I mean we're plugged into all of the smartphones.
Yeah,
so
throw some care package stuff his way if you can. He's a fucked up kid.
I'll take it right out of your account.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That sounds great. That's absolutely. We relay everything to your personal FBI agent, who then relays anything useful back to me.
Oh, perfect. I love this country.
It's a wonderful country. Anyway, so I can't take a break or go to the bathroom, so I'm just gonna pee in my catheter real quick. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Do you really have to stay on the phone during that?
Well, if I get off the phone, then I get billed for it.
All right.
And
Yeah,
it's a lot easier after we have such a great relationship. So you're now, so you've canceled the extra charges. I also love the world where Bobby Bobbiano had somebody clearly ransack their apartment, and the reaction is like, "Did I do that? Don't know. Can't remember. I'm gonna cancel the card." That's the level of inquisitiveness we're dealing with here.
Funny things happening on laptops and mobiles. That's how it's supposed to be.
You do get messages later. It's saying, "Oh, we have anonymous proof was sent to us that you were cheating inside of our casino downstairs, and we will not let this go, Bobby Bobbiano, just because we can't extract this from you. We know where you live, and we are the JFK Hotel, Casino, and Grill, and we will 100% come down on you like the hammer of Thor." And then at the very end it says VP of Marketing, PR Relations, and then has like a little an inspirational quote. It's like, you only get all the hits you take off that bong, 420 life, and then and then it plays a MIDI Jingle Bell song because it is December in the back of it. Bobby, do you do anything else with your 5 days? Well, we gotta talk about what you do with Sid. So Sid arrives with a backpack full of video games, and nothing else. He shows up and he says, "Hey Bobby, I forgot to pack my underwear, and I forgot to wear any underwear, so I figure, so what are we doing this weekend, Bobby?"
I throw Sid directly into a boiling hot shower.
Okay, yeah.
And while he's begging to get out, I just keep saying to him, "You gonna keep playing those video games?" And every time he says yes, I turn the temperature up hotter.
And how long you? And I imagine that Bobby Bobbiano takes scaldingly hot showers.
Oh,
with,
yeah.
With how much pressure is there on the shower?
I mean, let's just say I had to order the shower head from outside the country because that much PSI is not allowed within the.
It's a Hungarian like elephant hoser. And you.
I got thick skin.
And how much money did you pay to have an extra boiler thrown in there just to make sure you're not losing hot water when all the other people take their showers in the morning?
I got a guy.
You got an Italian boiler man.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. Keeps me young.
All right, so okay, let's do intimidation plus presence for how hard you torture Sid. Okay. And you're gonna do this for how many days?
I mean, let's see. I don't have a lot of intimidation.
Before you roll
surprisingly, I don't have a lot of intimidation or presence.
Give me your curriculum, like just your schedule of torturing Sid and getting into this brain and getting him to stop playing the video games.
I start with like hot showers and some sleep deprivation, and then once he goes soft, I get in there with some influence.
So you start casting psychic spells.
Yeah.
You're like, you could play your video games, then you influence, like, you don't want to do this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. Yeah. You have Mind Probe too, right?
Yeah, I do.
Do you get in there and like figure out what his deep fears are, and then prey upon those fears?
Yeah.
So his deep fears are that his mother hates him. His father went to jail when he was young, and his mother frequently said it was his fault.
That's also true.
And because of that deep abandonment issues, can't make any friends, basically out of fear that they'll leave him. And so he has no social skills. No one likes him, and that is true. But it's what he's scared is that it'll never change. So knowing that information, how do you really get at him, Bobby?
I really go hard at the "your mother doesn't love you" angle, and I could be your real mother, but only if you stop doing this. A little bit of like a.
So you say it, you cast influence on it, and you're with a healthy dose of Mind Probe to make sure you're on the right track whenever he's like sleeping. Mm-hmm. Mixed it with small bouts of torture.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So you break him.
Bobby is the nicest person.
I've raised a lot of kids in my day.
Give me an intimidation plus 2. Intimidation plus charm. Intimidation plus.
Let me do charm.
Okay, intimidation plus charm plus 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna need to roll the willpower of Sid, which is not high.
Okay. I got 3 hits.
Okay, so and then can you give me a persuasion plus charm?
Yeah. 5 hits.
Okay. Yeah, so on the last day you wake up, he's made his bed over already. He's cooked you eggs, and he at 10 a.m. he comes into your room and puts the eggs on the bed next to you, writes a little note, and then sits in a chair watching you. What time do you wake up?
2 p.m.
Okay, so 4 hours later, you wake up. Can you give me a luck roll?
Sure. 1 hit.
1 hit. Yeah, you wake up because your elbow goes right into some cold eggs on your table.
Yeah.
So give me that moment when you wake up.
Oh, hey! What? What the fuck is this?
I cooked you eggs, Mom.
Mom!
I
Think
cooked
of
you
your
eggs,
mother?
Mom. Yeah.
Oh, right, fuck. Yeah, Sid, good job. You're not gonna play those video games anymore, right?
I threw them all out. I made you eggs. I got up early. I worked out, and I have thought about all my flaws and listed them and looked in the mirror and said them to myself a bunch of times over and over again, just like you do to me. So I'm ready. I'm texting my mom and told her that I'm gonna stay here now because you
honey,
said
baby.
I could be your mom if I did all these things.
Oh, I never said that, honey. I just said I would love you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
But
you
I'll
said
love you.
multiple times that you could be.
No, it's, you know what it is. It's that your brain isn't.
It's happening again.
Yeah.
It's happening again.
No, it's fine. I still love you now. No, you've earned my love.
Yeah,
You're going back to hang out with your mom.
Yeah, but I'm good. It's just like Dad going to jail again. It's my fault. What did I do wrong?
Oh, it was probably the cold eggs in the bed, to be honest.
And you sent him on his way.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll another willpower test for good old Sid. Yeah, he's broken thoroughly. So you get.
He doesn't want to play video games, though.
Yeah, you get a
Too
call.
sad for that
you get
shit
a call
now.
from Ronnie about a day later, who calls up and goes like, "Bobby, I don't know what you did, but the kid doesn't even want to look at video games again. When he looks at him, his little brother wants to play with him. He just pukes right in the toilet and starts crying. What's more, he's not eating anymore, which means my son's gonna be a stud, Ronnie.
Hey, baby. You come to Bobby, you know you're going to get results.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you did, but this treatment, I thought 3 days just to get him out of my hair. You know, I'd go out with a couple of my boyfriends or whatever, you know. But my God, this situation. Can you now roll for me presence plus charm?
1 hit.
Roll me luck.
Just flat luck.
Just flat luck.
No hits.
No hits. All right, she goes, all right, like, so what's this all worth to you, like $2,000?
I was thinking something closer to 10, to be honest. You know, I you give me 3 days and I solve your kid's problems.
$10,000.
Maybe we meet in the middle somewhere.
Give me another persuasion plus charm, this time at -4.
Okay. 1 hit.
1 hit. He goes, I'll give you 4.
All right. Thank you, Ronnie. I appreciate it. I appreciate the business.
Wire it over to you.
Yeah.
You get it wired over. You've also gotten your new debit card on it. What did you get? Any like special like engravings on it? Your new card that like
Oh, yeah, it's an Italian flag background.
Italian flag background. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. It comes with 5% off Carmet's restaurant. Yeah. But I mean, like that's what you always get on all the cards.
My frequent eater miles.
Yeah. Exactly. Absolutely.
Every time you eat a mile of salami, they give you $5 off your next order.
A mile of salami. So, Bobby, you've got 1 day left. While you were dealing with Sid, maybe we was in the shower. Were you pulling up your AR display and maybe like futzing around?
Yeah. I heard some messages. I'm always on the lookout for some new jobs and stuff. I knew that this I don't know, what is he, Russian fella or something that we've been.
Oh
doing
yeah, you know
something?
about that. But what I'm specifically asking was there any gear you wanted to pick up in preparation
yeah,
for
nah,
the
I'm
job?
saving. You know what? Bobby's got some big things in the works, but you know, I gotta wait till I get paid back from this schmuck before I can do any of that. So
You're good.
No, yeah, I'm good.
You're a good friend.
Yeah.
Take
I'm not a good friend. No.
Take 1 karma for your miraculous therapy of Sid, as well as loaning a friend money who is stupid and will agree to a very high interest rate, but is almost certainly not good for it at the same time.
Oh, definitely not. But hey, you know, me and him are 2 peas in a pod that way.
Yeah, no, that makes
We're
sense.
definitely not good for it.
So let's come around now to Lexicon John. Lexicon John, what have you done? Have you done anything to prepare over the last 4 days?
Good evening. First off, my apologies for using my phone on the stream, but I'm talking to the chat. After leaving the gala, I returned home. I crossed town to Hell's Kitchen, unlocked the front door, and returned to my queen. Access familiar.
You describe the apartment.
rancid, heinous, decrepit, save for her room.
Describe her room, please.
Even in the dark of night, sun shines brightly. And on this night, I opened her bedroom door to find her waiting for me. Will you read me a story? She said. And I did. I knelt down next to her bed and told her a wondrous tale of a small queen lost in the wood, rescued by a knight, disfigured, broken. But his care for her, I'm trying to make it sync with the music, but it faded out quite harshly.
She goes, "This is a boring story."
Silence, my queen.
Give me a story about, like, give me a story about.
I will return you where you came from.
Okay, I don't want to go back where I came from.
I think it's your bedtime. I lean forward and silence her, giving her ever the smallest kiss on the forehead. A kiss, we will call it, though it is really more of my teeth meeting together and grazing her forehead.
Yeah, you have no lips, so.
For I have no lips. And in silence, I flick off the light switch and return to the dirty couch, which I call home. 3 nights of this. 3 nights of bliss. Which specifically reminded me that I need to buy more bliss for this next mission. So
yes, because your stores of drugs were depleted.
they've been depleted by these foolish morons who I work with. So I believe I need to make actually 2 telephone calls. First to my doctor to get a prescription to visit the drug dealer.
That's absolutely right. That's
the way it works.
Can you remind me of the names of your 2 contacts?
Why would I ever need to remind you the name of mine?
What's your doctor's name, please?
How could you forget the name of Dr. Fingers?
That's right. Dr. Fingers. All right, you call up Dr. Fingers, you hear a
ring-a-ding-dingles.
Yeah, what's that?
Greetings. It is I, your greatest creation and
yes,
most
my
humble
favorite
servant.
morbid curiosity. I was just eating some hamburgers, and that makes me think of you. You're coming in for a trip. I got this new thing in a syringe I want to try out on you. I think that it's going to make the oozing worse right where I put it in, but I think it's going to fix everything else.
Well, you've done perfectly so far. I'm basically a masterwork. But in the meantime, I am in need of some injectable sugars, as we will say. You see,
Sorry, can you say that again?
I
can't
need
hear you.
some space heroin, some bliss drugs, please.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can't get that for you. For that, you're gonna have to talk to the.
Yes. But Uncle will need a prescription from you. You know he won't serve me without your explicit.
That's right. That's how the system works.
recommendation.
God bless it. It keeps us all flush with hamburgers and science experiments. I need you to come in soon, though. I've got some kids coming in from NYU, the medical lab, and I've really been hyping you up.
Well, I hope I don't disappoint. I'm simply falling apart at every seam.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Now, what I would like you to do, Dr. Finger, would be to please... My teeth have fallen out.
Can you send me a pic of that?
No. You know, my phone isn't good enough. I'd like you to send a digital prescription over to your friend and mine, Uncle Centimeter.
I'll tell you what. If you get that lady you live with, the old ball and chain, to take a pic of that tooth, I'll send you over the prescription, because I really need to see what color it is. Make sure it zooms in right in there.
First off, speak no ills of my queen.
I'm not speaking ills. I just got a business to run, and I got these NYU students to freak out.
If you continue to speak these dark words of her, your life will be cut short.
All right. You always talk about my life will be cut short. You always talk about how you hate humans, but
All
guess what?
lives will be cut short in the end.
All right, okay, I'll send you the prescription, but please have your beautiful queen send me a photo, all right?
I'll see what I can do with the poor darling. She's
All
asleep.
right. So that's a prescription for how much drugs do you want?
4 vials.
All right, 4 pre-made syringes ready to go of bliss, and I will send that to your chemist, of course, whose name is it Uncle?
It's Uncle
Yeah, I'll send it to
Centimeter,
Uncle.
indeed.
I'll send it to Uncle Centimeter, who you're gonna meet in the back of the dirty laundry place. All right.
Dr. Fingles.
Yeah, that's
remains a
Dr.
pleasure.
Fingers.
Dr. Fingles.
Dr. Finger. Okay.
Dr. Fingles.
Dr. Finger.
Doc Fingles.
I don't like this joke that you always do where you send me. All right, I've sent that prescription off, so
Pleasure as always.
yeah, of course, I'll get my kickback and we're all good. Just make sure you show up for that NYU thing. I really want to get into these kids' skin. It's like I gotta use.
They'll get into my skin as well, I
Exactly
imagine.
right. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, you get the digital prescription, which inside of it is the comm code to the burner phone that Uncle Centimeter uses. You want to call him up? All right.
Ring, ring.
Hello. Who is this?
Uncle Centimeter, is this you?
Is this my dear friend
Lexicon
John? My
Indeed.
dear, my favorite customer. And with a prescription, I'm guessing, however you found my burner cellular telephone.
Well, it was given to me by our friend,
Dr. Fingles, yes.
I must admit, it's always wonderful to hear your accent.
Oh, I fucking hate that doctor, but how he brings me in the cash money, the sweet moolah that we all crave.
He is a buffoon, but hometown boys such as I and you know, Boston pride as we have. You can hear
Yes,
it in
of
our
course.
voices.
Go Red Sox, as it were.
Uncle Centimeter, I'll be needing another favor from
I'm
you.
guessing
A
that
small batch of your finest bliss.
something to get you into outer space, as it were. Pre-made vials, rarely used.
Sounds good. If you could cook up 4 of them.
Ah, 4. Absolutely. I'll do it in the pot I always cook them in. It gives the flavor. It's like not cleaning the grill when you make a deli sandwich. I
Yes.
suppose that...
Crust funks with the cast iron.
Yes, exactly. Clean it with salt and nothing else, or I'll get pissed off. I will... Of course, that doctor probably told you that I'm still working behind the dirty laundry, when in fact, I'm actually working now in Times Square.
Wow.
In between the different theaters there, you see, there's old people
convenient.
who often can be tricked into taking drugs. And I love to trick people, as you see. That's
you
why
would
they...
love to be offered a little bliss in these trying times.
Absolutely. They give me a centimeter, and I take all their money.
I'd love to see your centimeter.
Come meet me between the new showing of Phantom of the Opera and Beetlejuice, the musical, my 2 favorite aesthetic devices on Broadway.
Holy fuck, I'm buying heroin.
And with a flourish, he says, "See you there," and clicks off the phone. So when you arrive, he's wearing his classic striped socks up to the knees, with Crocs on. He's got a long trench coat. His knobs and
I
knees
think
are
this
sticking
man
out.
is Beetlejuice and I didn't know.
He's got a wild haircut and glasses on. He smiles a big, toothy, dentured grin, and says, and pulls open his coat where he's wearing very little clothing underneath, and says, "Pharmacy, Mr. Lexicon."
Yes.
Reach in there and take it yourself, please.
I reach 4 long and rotten fingers in his rancid trench coat, and gleefully I pull 4 syringes from the pocket of my old best friend, Uncle Centimeters.
Wonderful. Now I will say, I didn't take this position out of chance, and yes, I'd love to fleece the elderly. However, I'd also accept payment and perhaps seeing a show.
Now, I must admit I came with cash in hand. In fact, I'd like to be reminded for the future, how much do you charge me for these vials of bliss?
Why, one evening's entertainment.
Uncle Centimeter, you dog. These new rates, I must admit, I find rather agreeable.
Excellent. Which one would you like to see? I've seen both many times, but I never do get old. I love to heckle Beetlejuice so. And I love to ask at the box office that I want to be in the box that the Phantom goes in. They always tell me, no, it's not allowed, but we have a good laugh about it.
What if I propose this? We see Act 1 of Phantom, for I don't like so much Act 2 where his plans are foiled. The beginning where he's very horny and controlling is excellent.
Absolutely.
And then we'll go see Act 2 of Beetlejuice for some rousing sandworm action.
We'll skip in during the act break. A classic what do you call that? Movie hopping? Theater hopping. We'll sneak in like schoolboys, like children, and if we get caught, well, we'll simply drug the fools and run off like a couple of simpering, beautiful children.
You know, we could always use my classic line, how dare you, is it because of my face, sir?
Yes.
It works almost unanimously.
Yes, this is a good plan. A wonderful plan. So yeah, to get both of you tickets to Phantom of the Opera, that's going to be $250.
Jesus Christ.
They go, that's just the going rate. It's a matinee performance. It's cheaper than it would normally be.
What is this, Post Malone? That's all I've got for references of expensive tickets at the moment.
In 2070, he's called Post Malone.
Yes.
Ghost Malone, the man is long dead.
Oh, yes. He died in 2020. It was January of 2020.
Yeah, I was about to say, he died.
Man, if he dies, you're going to feel so bad.
I'm going to feel so smart.
I'll tell you who's going to feel really bad.
So, do you pay for the, you paid the $250?
I do.
All right. And,
no, how much? We got paid $5,000 for the previous mission.
$5,000 in cartel coin, yes.
Which brings me to a whopping total. Do you guys know how much money I have? Well, it's $600, so I've got $5,600. I'm a rather lucrative man here.
So wait, are you paying in cartel coin to buy the tickets?
Sure.
They say there's a 10% surcharge on top of cartel coin usage. I'm sorry, we're a legitimate business. That'll just be an extra $275.
I must admit, I planned on paying 100 cartel coin per vial of bliss, so I'm making about $125 of profit.
I'm just the person at the box office.
Listen, I thought I'd barter with you while I could, but fine, I'll accept the 10%.
Persuasion plus charm. Roll persuasion plus charm. Or intimidation plus presence, depending on which way.
Listen, we don't need to involve dice in this matter. I'm paying the 10%.
Yeah, okay, great. You're paying the 10%. Just so you know, for future reference, Bliss costs $35 a vial. So
Jesus Christ, even Uncle Centimeter's taking me for a roll here.
All right, and now let's.
Please note that Uncle Centimeter charges me $100. It cost $35, but I demanded the team pay me $1,000.
You did demand the team pay you $1,000. We'll come back to that when you're all together. Can I ask? Can you please roll for me? Just willpower plus composure. And Magnus, we're coming to you now. Sorry, Lies, we're coming to you now. What have you done in the last 4 days?
So the first thing I do is make sure that the core logs are wiped off the compromised devices system.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can do that. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, just because, I know that they would know everything and it'd be annoying. I don't like it.
Yeah, so you erase the call logs from the conversations that you were having, mostly involving that Lexicon John had drugged somebody while you were at the police station.
That kind of compromising information, which I don't like people having.
Yeah. What else do you do?
So the other thing I do is I try and pull up a map of where we're going.
So you pull up a map of the Taconic Parkway. Great. Lexicon John, can I ask you to do me a favor?
Indeed, I got 3 hits on the previous.
Can you go up and press F on the keyboard?
Oh.
Woo!
To pay respects, of course. You got 3 hits? Yes. You got 3 hits? You had a really good time at the show, and including a really good time skipping. Beautiful. Okay, here we go. So you don't have, this is the Taconic Parkway. So we'll just say that you're not just pulling up a map, but you're also doing a bit of research.
Yep.
So the Taconic Parkway is a parkway that was built 150 years ago. Even Google Maps refuses to call it by its new name. Which again, what was that, Bobby?
Oh, Andrea Cuomo Jr. Parkway.
Yeah, they still call it the Taconic. So the Taconic Parkway, if you've never been to Null York City, is a nightmare of a parkway. It basically connects northern White Plains to Chatham, New York, which puts you about 30-minute drive off I-90, which is Andrew Cuomo Parkway, to Albany. So it's about 30 minutes south of Albany. The route is, as one of the oldest highways parkways in the country, is a 2-lane highway that has no lights anywhere along it. There's no street lights or anything like that, and it is surrounded by a relatively dense forest, called like a medium forest, and has shitloads of blind turns all over the place, no shoulder. The Taconic is a nightmare, and it's famous for its accidents. This is the map of the Taconic, but you do remember from the comlink you got that there's a specific location that you are going to be at, and you do not have access to that right now.
So I don't know where we're going to go.
No, not yet. But this is the information you have off the Taconic, just based off of doing some preliminary research about it.
So I also could quickly check how hard it would be to get hold of a couple of road barriers and some worker kind of like high-vis jackets and stuff.
It would not be difficult at all. Do you want to attempt to get it?
Not yet.
Okay.
But back of mind.
Okay, cool.
The other thing is I try and get hold of a micro drone.
A micro drone, so something to scout with? Okay, great. Okay, can you give me, how are you going to get it? Are you using a contact, or are you going to attempt to do it yourself?
I think I'm going to attempt to do it myself.
Okay, so can you give me either research plus intuition or charm plus persuasion?
I'm more of a researcher, I think.
All right, so give me a research plus intuition dice roll. And now there are 2 drones that I think you're looking for. There is the Flying Eye, and there's the Fly Spy. The Fly Spy looks like an insect, so it's harder to, if somebody sees the drone, it's less likely a drone. But the Flying Eye is just a little orb. It's about the same size. It's more obviously a drone, but for a little extra, you can put a flashbang inside or a smoke bomb inside the Flying Eye and detonate it. If you detonate it, it does destroy the drone. So if you can just tell me which one you want to look for, and
so where's the phone? Oh, Horizon. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll go for the Fly Spy.
Okay, the Fly Spy. So that's an availability of 8, which is not an illegal item to get, but it's a little bit difficult to get. So I'm rolling 8 dice against you. Whoever gets more successes is going to. If I get more successes than you.
So I think I'll spend another 400 for another two dice.
Okay, perfect. So I'm rolling 8 against you. How many are you rolling?
11.
Okay, roll.
5 hits.
4 hits. Okay, that was close. Okay, so you can jog that down. If you take 2,400 off, you were able to do some research and find off Big Cartel somebody that was willing to ship next day delivery to the parking lot across the street from your house. They were able to ship you the Flying Eye.
Yeah. So when
did you want to install it with a smoke grenade or
also the Fly Spy.
Oh, the Fly Spy. I'm sorry. What kind of insect does it look like?
So it looks like an Asian giant hornet. They're very, very invasive and unfortunately invasive these days.
Gotcha. So this is definitely your hacker brain going like, everyone knows about this invasive thing, rather than just being like a fly. It's like, this is common.
That is because it'd be a very big fly.
Got it. Okay. So you've got this drone now. You have access to it. You don't have a control rig, but you can still give it orders pretty easily.
So I mean, I thought I could also hook it up to my.
So it can see what you see, but what you can't do because you don't have a control rig is dive into it and control it like manually.
Okay, so how much would that be?
Well, you'd have to get that installed. That's a pretty invasive piece of cyber technology.
So I can't do it through
what
the deck.
What you can do is you can give it orders through the deck to walk around. What I'm saying is you can't dive into it and become the fly spy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
But you could still give it orders, and you could still have its image link pop up, or you could dive in to see what it sees. You just can't fly it around. Personally, you have to rely on the artificial intelligence of the fly spy.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't go off my piloting then.
No, it'll go off of its pilot rating.
Oh, okay, good to know. Because I think I'll also. So when it arrives, I'd kind of do an inspection and tear down to make sure that it's not been tampered with.
It's not been tampered with.
And then I'd also like to train with it a little to make sure I know what the fuck it does.
Okay, that's great. Do you do anything else in the time, or do you just wait?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Better get going.
So before you leave, do you want to search for the? Do you want to search to get that equipment before you meet up for the trip?
So I just work out where I can get it quickly.
Okay, give me another research plus intuition or charm plus persuasion. This time I'm only rolling availability 5 against you.
I'm not.
Yep.
2 hits.
1 hit. Yeah, you're able to find an Army-Navy store that is willing to sell some extremely authentic gear all in one place. They give you a big old shopping bag. So can you tell me what you buy specifically?
Yes, I haven't bought it yet because I don't want to like do the plan because it's like I don't want to force a plan on people.
Well, you should call them though because you're supposed to meet at Johnny's and then leave.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So sorry. I thought we'd get briefed. Okay.
You're gonna get briefed and then you're gonna go.
Okay. So I give everybody a quick ring.
Okay.
Blowing up the group chat?
A group chat.
Okay.
Oh, my phone.
Hello? Who's this?
Hello, this is Lies.
Fuck. Oh, the shrimpy one, right? Hey, yeah, how's it going?
Hello?
You managed to calm down a bit?
Hello?
In general?
Currently,
Hello?
all right. But
Nice.
now,
Hello?
can you hear me,
Oh, hey.
Lance Elotti?
Hello?
So, I can get hold of some high-vis jackets and other road gear to help the blockade. Should we use that?
Yeah, sounds good to me. I don't know why we, yeah, I guess we're gonna need to do some shit like that on a road. So yeah, go ahead.
What for? Is this purely a fashion concern, or?
It's cheaper than the alternative of crashing a couple of cars.
Oh, I can crash cars.
On
can
this
play the car
meta,
crash
I'm gonna
victim.
go with the nervous one. He seems to have a good head on his shoulders. As much as I
No,
love the
but-
big
But
guy.
guys, I got the finger licker.
You know what? You know, good to me dead, and you owe me some money right now. So we're gonna go with his plan. Yeah, go
What?
ahead.
Okay. And also, actually, perhaps slightly illegal. Also, try and get hold of one of like a tear tire thing.
A territory thing, like a mobile roadblock or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, just like something which just when you roll like one of these
That you can string across the roll?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Give me another research plus intuition to find that.
Some people have said that I'm a block.
The availability on this is availability of 10 on this one.
Okay. How?
We're gonna say
expensive is it?
we're gonna call it 1,000.
Okay, I'll spend 200.
Okay.
Actually,
400. Okay, cool. And roll it.
5 hits.
I also got 5 hits. So I'm gonna double the price on you for it if you still want it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be 2,000 plus the 400 you just spent. So 2,400 for that.
Yeah.
So what you managed to get also with that is not some kind of mechanical or automatic, not something that shoots across in an automatic like cyberpunk way. What is instead is a sheet that you can roll across the highway and bolt down to both sides. And it's relatively camouflaged. It looks dark. It's non-reflective, with spikes going out one way to pop tires if something hits it. But it's nothing high tech. So you have spent a total, and are you buying the gear from the place? Okay, so we'll just say like drop another like $200 on that gear. So what's the total amount you spent so far?
So 2,400.
Yep.
For the drone.
Yep. Another 2,400 for the spikes,
4,800.
and then 200 on top. So 5,000 straight up.
Yep. And
Okay.
a utility van.
And you're getting a ride out there. You were told that, so you don't need to get a van.
So what was it again?
5,000.
Okay.
Definitely mark that down so you can try to ask other people for it. All right, and then we're gonna make our way over to Johnny's Cafe at this point. What do you all take with you? Just like go around really quick. I want to know what everyone takes. And if you're taking your finger liquor, I need to know how you're doing it. Oh, I need to know how you're doing it.
With the finger liquor?
Yeah.
Well, I put it. I carry it.
It's massive.
Yeah.
It's like 7 feet.
I
long.
get it. I get it a red truck, like a little red wagon.
Do you wrap it in something to hide it?
Oh yeah, like a blanket. It's got to keep it warm.
All right. Can you give me palming plus finesse at -4?
-4, you said?
Yep.
Seems mean.
I mean, you put it in a like shopping cart and put a blanket around a gun like this.
One hit.
All right, you get a lot of stares from a couple of cops. At one point, when you're stepping off the Myrtle Wyckoff into the Myrtle Wyckoff DMZ, right where there's a lot of cops, as you step off the fortified L train, you're stepping out into the traffic, and one of the cops walks up and he goes, "Come on, you got to give me some money for this." He's like looking at this thing. He goes, "Come on, you give me like $50."
Okay, you seem nice.
All right, and you just give him
I give him
$50.
$50.
All right, and he goes, "All right." Leave him alone. He gave me $50. Are you going into the? Are you on Citizen Zone with that thing? Or are you going?
No.
All right, great. Yeah, $50. Yeah, rich me. Wonderful. You could have just walked 3 feet that way, and you would have been in a not Citizen Zone. I couldn't have done shit.
Okie
$50
dokie.
for me. All right. Yeah, he goes and high fives a bunch of other people, including somebody in a mech suit.
I
who then
wave-
hurts his hand. So you carry the finger liquor as well as your Ares Alpha.
My strikers, and then my pocket full of nades.
So you've got 2 rocket launchers. You've got your Panther Assault Cannon, which, in case you don't know, the Panther Assault Cannon is a tank gun.
Finger liquor.
The finger liquor is a tank gun that fires. I think it's explosive shells.
You can actually do 2 different types. You can do high explosives and anti-vehicle.
And what did you take?
1 anti-vehicle round and 2 high explosives was all I could afford.
Oh wow. Okay. How much money are they per round?
They were 2,100
Per round.
Ooh.
Love it.
except for the anti-vehicle, which was 2,800.
Okay, beautiful, wonderful. Okay, so Bobbiano, what do you take with you?
I got my foci, I got my decked out gear, a little bit of enhancement, but that's about it. Because all Bobby needs is her brain.
Got it. Lexicon John, what do you take?
Lexicon John is a man who deals almost exclusively in trinkets. I return with my med kit at my side, as always, and then lining the small pockets of my jacket, I have simply a small lockpick set. Remember, if we have any locks, I can try and pick them. A crude passkey duplicator, which will basically work on no doors, but weighs my jacket down. And most importantly, I have 2 cans of aerosol glue, 4 vials of heroin, and 2 vials of gamma scopolamine.
You only have 1 vial now. You used the gamma scopolamine.
Damn it! I should have asked the uncle for another one. Well, folks, and for weapons, I believe I have a small blackjack and a tiny little hand pistol.
The gamma scopolamine, in case you missed the last session, is it paralyzes you and then turns into a truth serum after that. But I think Lexicon John likes it most for the paralyzing effects.
Yes, let me clarify. I don't really have weapons here. I don't know if you heard. I've got basically like Rubik's cubes in my jacket here, so rely on someone else.
All right, and
And there's only one someone else.
Lies.
So I ring ahead, message ahead, and say that the delivery will be coming for the team at the Johnny's.
Okay, they say okay.
Yeah.
You get that a thumbs up emoji. What gear do you bring?
So basically, the stuff I bought gets delivered to Johnny's because it doesn't fit on my moped.
What stuff? Oh, all that stuff. Yeah, sure, that's fine. And what gear do you bring?
So I've got my work deck, my drone, and my stun gun, and that's about what I have.
Okay, beautiful.
Oh yeah. Did I get the camo cloak? I can't remember.
You did not get
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Can you also give me research plus data processing plus your device rating of your deck? One more time. Okay, we'll come back to this in a second. It's okay. All right, so you arrive at Johnny's Cafe. Now, if you don't remember, Johnny's Cafe is Russo Corp territory off the Myrtle Wyckoff demilitarized zone. It is on the outside, it really just looks like a cafe where there's, a pretty young woman with frizzy hair and a mullet popping gum and being disdainful to everybody inside. In the back is a social club where Abram Sokolov works as one of the chief operations officers for Russo Corp in New York City.
Sorry, research plus data processing?
Plus the device rating on your deck.
Okay.
So, which I think is like 2 or 3. It's listed, not on here, it's the other side. It's like somewhere near. All right, so when you arrive, the back door to the members only room is waiting there, and you're beckoned right through by Tanya and Vilma, the two Razor girls that work under Abram. They see you coming in and they look at that shopping cart and go, "My oh my, bring it right in and leave it in the corner. I'm going to check that out." Vilma,
you got it.
You watch that.
As I try to bring it in, I keep bumping into the door, not being able to push. It seems like the finger licker won't go through the door, and then I think, oh, I know what the issue is. And like a dog with a big stick, I turn it the other way.
And it still doesn't.
But then it doesn't go through because it's just the other way. So then I try frontwards.
Yeah. And there you go. You get it out. Vilma goes, "Oh, my beautiful, stupid little pig man," and starts and looks the whole thing over. Vilma goes, "We're running on a tight schedule, so just come in, sit down with Abram, and we'll go." Doesn't bother searching you. 3 hits. Okay, so that 3 hits is 3 hits on top of the 14 you got before to try to break the encryption on the other deck.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just keeping that up. So inside, Abram Sokolov is sitting at a table in the back, and he's counting up some kind of poker chips, some kind of credit. You've got Yanni, the big fella, is cleaning glasses up by the bar. Vilma stands by the doorway. You're beckoned to sit down in front of Abram. When he sees you, Lexicon, he goes, "Lexicon, my friend, I have not seen you in person for a long time. It is good to see you."
Correct. It may be a wonder for you, but for me it is terrible. And so, in fact, I'm quite surprised. It's a pleasure for you to gaze upon me.
Well, I just like to see a man who survives his entire other runner team dying on multiple occasions, has such a hatred for the flesh and still and somehow keeps on living. It's a paradox to me. The rest of you, I think, love to live, which is why I'm sure you will die before Lexicon John. This is the way of things. I have wanted to die for many, many millennia. I am not that old. It's saying. So, we don't have a lot of time. We need you to get up to the location so you have enough time to prepare whatever it is you're going to do. I have a friend who has acquired a vehicle and is going to take you up to the Taconic Expressway at a location I have chosen for you and for this mission. And he pulls up a data pad and says, "This right here is a bridge that is a rarely used bridge connecting 2 towns in upstate New York, over which the southbound Taconic Expressway crosses over, followed before a blind turn coming somewhere off the map that I should have drawn in. This will allow you to do..."
It's a very blind turn.
It's a very blind turn. That's why you can't
even
even see it on the map. So this is the location I would like you to set up on. It is far enough away from Albany, yet far enough away from Rikers Island, right dead in the middle. It'll give you a good space. It's near a town called Red Hook, which I've been told has wonderful cider donuts. I insist you take some back for me on the way back. He says, my friend who will be taking you up will basically deal with operations, conversation, keep you all friendly, fun, and check the prisoners that you get them. Now, I saw the prisoner transfer. My man on the inside looked at your prisoner transfer. It was well done. The circumstances around it, not so much. I hear they arrested the husband of the dearly departed Cynthia Ironside, some kind of conspiracy. They found lots of drugs in her system, I'm hearing from the inside, which was not in the character of Cynthia. So there's some suspicions raised, but the transfer...
You never know about these people, especially the most straight-laced ones.
And
Well-
who are we to judge, too?
Sounded like a crime of passion to me.
And then Lance is going to say something.
Some people live very separate lives.
So, he goes, "Well, Be that as it may, it could have been cleaner, I will say, but these orders. I like the multiple transfers that you ordered at the same time. There's only one we really care about, though, and that you put extra people on this ship, on this transport. I'm seeing here, there is, of course, Handy, Ilsevich, Totenkin, and Rusty. These are the ones I care about, as well as an Alexei, Krum, Felipe, and a Crowley. Very good. These other ones, I don't care about them. Let them go, whatever. Here's what I need you to do, though. I need you to kill every NYPD LLC person that's transporting this van, and I need you to get these 4 names, Handy, Ilsevich, Totenkin, Rusty, and make sure they get out okay, and that they get into my contact's van, and that you all get back here safely. Or at least that those 4 get there safely. Now, to be clear, my man is not to engage in combat. He is there merely as transportation and organization, and to keep an eye on you 4. Understood? Now, you might think a caravan like this is a bit of a big job for you, but worry not. We have acquired another set of operatives who are going to stall and impact the caravan before your location. The intention is to let the primary car move forward, which will give you opportunity to stop the car without killing my 4 men that I desperately need back here so I can do what I need to do to these people. So, are we of an understanding with each other?
What about the 4 inmates?
You can kill them or you can let them go, but they're not coming back here.
Not even as cover?
You let them go. They go run off in a bunch of different directions, and people are all like, oh no, big prison break. That's probably what you should do. Let it be a big prison break. That feels good to me.
I love that show.
I've never seen it. I only watch good shows.
No, it's good. You should watch it.
I only watch shows that have been written up in the New Yorker. So anyway.
Show me, please, on the map where the lead vehicle will be crossing.
It'll be going this way.
Under the bridge.
It'll be going under the bridge.
Downtown.
That's my favorite song.
Now, here's the only downside of this location is, of course, that this road here is seldom used, but still active. So, it's a possibility. But don't, look, as long as my man doesn't get seen, I don't care what you do to civilians. You kill them, you shoot them, you
and
maim
now,
them.
If your plan goes according to plan, this lead vehicle will be fleeing from a firefight or what?
Yes, supposedly. Be going very quickly, so you won't have a lot of time to stop.
So we'll be having to catch this vehicle.
Yes, absolutely.
And we're on foot?
Well, you'll be driven up, but yes. You'll be in front of the vehicle. You just need to stop it from getting past you. Does this seem too difficult for you?
Not for me.
So I've got a car arresting the device, which we can deploy across the road.
Very good. I love to hear it. But that I don't need to hear these plans.
I got
All
my
need
own
you to
car
do is
arresting
succeed.
device, and I slapped the finger licker.
It's in the other room.
I slapped the air. It's with me.
So with that, he looks at his watch and goes, "It's about time you be going." Jack, will you come out here? You have to drive these people. And you hear a flushing noise coming from the other room. He goes, yeah, sorry, And coming outside is a hulking, massive man. He's about 7 feet tall. He has massive metallic arms, a steel plate on his head, and a lower jaw made out of iron. There's diesel pumping out of both of his arms. And he goes, Abram, I gotta tell you, you gotta do something about that toilet. I've been working at that thing for about 5 minutes, and it will not flush.
I immediately wish to
telling you.
challenge this man to a height contest.
He looks at you in the eye and goes, that looks like a man who wants to challenge me to a height contest. Well, time's coming, but get over here, back to back, son. As he looks at all of you as he's back to back. He goes, the name's Steel Skull Jack Hennessy. You might recognize me as a famous member of Kill Team 6, one of the most preeminent mafioso kill team members that's ever graced this here God's beautiful earth. I even got my catchphrase tattooed right on my chest. Bullets, it's what's for dinner. Combined with the date in which I said it, proving that I trademarked it and said it first.
Lance is
Just so
fully hard at
everybody
this
knows.
point.
All right, let's get this high contest on the road. And then he pumps his fist. You hear a truck horn noise. And Diesel pumps out the back. Can you give me a body plus willpower test to stand up as straight as possible? Body plus composure, in fact. Now, if there's one thing we know about Steel Skull, the only thing bigger than his body is he's got damn sure a sense of composure. How many hits do you get?
Lance got 5.
Lance got 5. I got 10. The degree to which Steel Skull extends his height is unknown to you or to anyone. Whether this massive man is skeletal or has some kind of hydraulic legs, you'll never know. He turns around, slaps you on the arm, and goes, "That's okay, little sport. No one's taller than me, Steel Skull Jack Hennessy. Now, Yanni." And he walks over to the barman. "I'll take 2 scotches right now as shots and a full bottle for the road. I'm feeling some emotional pain because that van I got, that's right, it's from the ex-ball and chain herself. It's a van we used to own together, turned into an RV. So I'll take those 2 shots to go, Yanni." And takes 2 shots and then piles into, walks out into the RV, and you hear a honking before you guys can even have time to step outside.
This guy's not supposed to help us fight. He seems like he wants to fight.
You hear honking louder.
Yeah. All right.
I sort of despondently regather the finger liquor and roll it into the back of the van, not sure who I am anymore.
Yeah. So this RV's nice. It's got a shower. It's got a bed. It doesn't have a trunk. Where do you put the finger liquor?
I sit with it in my lap.
Like on the bed or in a chair?
In a bed.
Okay, the bed in the back.
In the bed in the back.
You lie back and feel your emotions?
Yeah, and I pull the curtain.
Yeah, okay, you feel your emotions in the back. Steel Skull, as you're lifting it, and he goes, "Need help with that little toy, son?" He's arranging the mirror to look right at you.
I sort of shrug so I can block the gun away from him so he doesn't see that I'm slightly struggling with it because I tripped. But no, I'm fine.
He goes, "Oh, that's great. You just take the bed to yourself, sport. I've taken that bed to myself many times, both for business and pleasure." And then turns the key, and it goes, "Just gotta wait a little bit, just not flood the engine." Hits it a few more times, and then it roars to life. It goes, "Oh, just like Mom used to make. All right." He pulls into drive, hits the car in front of him, pulls into reverse, hits the other car, and then peels off, and you are off. This car, ricketing and rocketing, as you are all in this RV. There's a kitchen that is full of beers, half of them open already. The shower, he warns you, don't get in the shower. It doesn't work. I found that out the hard way. So any of you are welcome to sit in the front seat next to me, but I don't recommend it. And then he pumps his arms, and they honk again.
I mean, I'll admit, I was thinking I was sitting in the front seat the whole time. I must admit, I like the cut of this man's jib. His body is simply fantastic. These are nice cybernetics. He evidently is not allergic like I. I've got a rare condition, you know.
He goes, "Yeah, I've seen that kind of condition before. We used to, when we used to nerve gas orphans back in the day when we need to get them out of the Russo Corp territory and secure it for our own.
I had a feeling I liked
just
you.
like that.
I'm a big fan of chemical warfare.
Oh, absolutely. It's the best, man.
And child torture.
These damn liberals, though. You can't torture anyone anymore, especially not with chemicals. That's what I always say. Can you hand me the scotch, son?
I think you're already holding it.
Oh God, you're right. Sometimes I turn off the sense material in my arms so that I don't have to feel anything. If you know what that's like. Hey, you in the back with the curtain pulled down. You ever know what it feels like not to want to feel anything?
He hears nothing from me.
That's right. Adjust the thing, and Bill goes, "What about you with those shoulder pads? You must have secrets to hide. Come on, let's have an emotional upbringing thing here. I'm driving this van. I'm coming back with a lot of memories, so I'd like to stay distracted, if you know what I mean."
Hey, for me, as far as I'm concerned, emotions are for the weak, and I find life easier without them.
You know, this is why I always wish I was abroad. If I'm looking at you, honestly. What's your name again?
My name, sir, is Lexicon John.
Steel Skull Jack Hennessy. You can feel free to call me by that. Oh, I like that. I like that cough. That's
my
the cough.
My body is riddled with cancers.
You have a
ovarian, I think.
You got a cigar for me, son? I don't know why I keep calling you son. I'm guessing you're my senior, but I am quite bigger than you, so.
My age is difficult to tell from
Hey,
the
you want a
patchwork
cigarette,
skin.
Papa?
I'll take a cigarette if you
got
got
it.
it.
I got a Capri 120s here.
And he turns around, like holding the wheel. He turns around, put it right in my mouth.
Yeah, there you go.
It almost drives off
Put
the road.
it right in my mouth.
He goes back. He goes, "All right, can somebody light this thing? Anybody got a light?"
Yeah, I got you, baby. Lean back again.
He goes, "Don't get my eyebrows. Don't get my eyebrows."
Yeah, I definitely get his eyebrows.
You get his eyebrows. He hits the guardrail. Whoopsie. All right, we got back on the road. Okay. All right. And what about you, squirmy little guy in the back? You've got a...
Good thing that the tokenic is pretty narrow.
Yeah, it is pretty narrow. I'm a big fan. You know, you get a lot of do-overs, as it were, especially in a big car like this. The other smaller cars, they don't get so many do-overs, if you know what I mean. So, what about you, squirrely little man? What do you bring to this whole party? I see you got a bunch of packages around you. You a shopaholic?
This Nancy man is finally getting his
as the motto goes, be prepared.
Oh, yeah, it's a Boy Scout, too.
Yeah.
All right, a Boy Scout shopaholic. I thought I'd seen all of them, but I ain't seen that. All right. Lexicon, you want to take over the radio?
Sure.
What do you put on?
You know what they say, never touch a cybernetic man's radio? I don't know. Which one of us is the Chris Tucker in this scenario?
I'll be Chris, you be Tucker. Now put that music on, all right?
Okay, what kind of input do you have on this machine?
Oh, it's just AM/FM. You pop that on. Just ancient guys.
Okay, I think we'll tune to AM, and for rhythm, I'll just dial the wheel back and forth and just sort of
Give
go.
me performance plus charm. How you doing on this?
Here I go. This is one of my first dice rolls of the night.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a good one. You can roll luck on that if you'd like.
I better not. My apologies it takes so long to roll. It's difficult to see with sunglasses on.
And your shriveled eyes also are not helping.
These pencil marks are imperceivable. What am I rolling?
Perception. No, not perception. You're doing performance plus charm.
Okay. Shall I check?
Yeah, you check.
Performance plus charm. So
Performance.
3 plus 5.
All right, 3 plus. No, I think it's more because you get the bonuses underneath. So it's no performance. It's 5 plus 5.
Oh.
It's 10.
10. My brain tells me that's 10. 4 hits. It sounds like maybe a rousing performance.
Yo, rousing performance of static and noise. You pop back into like fresh air for a second, and you hear like a. This is. Yeah, absolutely. It's a thing. Steel's still going back.
Frankly,
He goes,
it's
this
a
reminds
thing.
me of my DJ days. My DJing days. Oh my God, it makes me want to put the aux cord in. Unfortunately, my Hell X ball and chain wouldn't get me the aux cord. They didn't want me DJing anymore. That's why I stopped killing too.
Women, when they grow up, they tend to become monsters, I find.
Well, that's a weird thing to say, Lexicon John. I feel like we've been on the same page this whole time, but that comment was a little strange to me.
From a member of Kill Team, frankly, I thought you would follow me right on that path, but...
Nope, just into killing and DJing. That's me, Steel Skull, Jack Hennessy. And then drives you through Red Hook, where he pulls into a diner and says, "Gotta get me some of them cider donuts, maybe a cup of Joe if anybody wants some. We got about I don't know, 3 hours before this is supposed to happen, but the bridge is just right down the road. So if anybody needs to take a piss break, needs to get some donuts, maybe a cup of Joe, I hear they got turkey sandwiches here. I don't know.
They got wine?
What?
They got wine in there, you think?
No, probably not. But like, you could check. Maybe.
All right.
You want to go in?
Yeah, I'll go in.
All right. So it's
We
just
should
like
get
a
some donuts for that big lug anyway, you know, the one.
So just quick thing. How far off is the nearest intersection of that small road either way?
It's a small road that goes pretty far. I would say like you have to drive on it for about 5 minutes on either way.
Oh, okay, that's reasonably close. But because I think I can put down the diversion barriers there.
Oh, okay. All right. So Steel Skull goes, all right, well, we're getting our grub on and getting some Joe. Yeah, you feel free to put on a vest and do some work. That's fine, man. I mean, you got 3 or 4 hours. But if you want to do that now, that's fine.
Good do your thing.
Precisely. I'll do it a bit closer to time, not to arouse too much suspicion. But yeah.
All right. This guy, you know, as part of Kill Team 6, I was always into just like getting in there and getting my hands dirty and just like dropping some chemical warfare.
Yeah,
on
arousing suspicion
yeah,
indeed.
This whole planning thing is new to me. I'm chuffed and impressed, my new friends. First round of cider donuts is on me. And he buys cider donuts for everybody. And then buys a bunch for himself, and then buys a big old cup of Joe. It says cup of Joe on the side, and then it says full of beans. And he goes, would you look at that? That's pretty funny. And then walks back into the car and starts honking the horn aggressively, being like, come on, we gotta go.
All right. I grab a dozen cider donuts in the meantime for Abe.
All right, you got him.
Because I'm thoughtful.
Yeah, it's got a little plastic
Yeah.
container. You can tell if it's been opened or not.
Yeah.
So basically, I set up diversion signs on the roads and the road ahead, and where they're not going to come from.
So you do it. Are you doing it now, or are you going to wait a while to do it?
I mean,
You're doing it so no one turns
Or do you
onto
do it
the
as
road?
you're walking?
as we before we head out as we head out to the location and prep up.
So right when the turn on would be. Okay.
Yeah, basically when probably in half an hour ahead, but yeah.
Ahead of when you go. Of,
Yeah,
of when the operation starts.
Yeah.
All right. So Steel Skull, what he does though is he okay. So he lets you do all those. He helps you with that, driving you back and forth beforehand. If you give me etiquette plus presence. This is as you're putting on your jacket and putting these things out. All right. So while he's doing that, what are you all doing to plan as Steel Skull is 5 hits? Yeah. Okay. So you look very convincing, even though you're stepping out of the back of an RV as you're placing all of the.
Hey,
Diversion
that's privatization for you.
That, you know what? That's true. The one person who walks by said, "I used to have this job." That's what you say back to them. They go, "That's the sign of the times," and he drives the other way. So as you're working with Steel Skull to place these things out, Steel Skull, giving you about 5 or 6 minutes before he starts honking on the horn again. What are you three doing at the actual bridge site? So
we're at the site now.
Yeah, we'll say you're
Okay.
at the site now.
I guess I would, maybe convince Lance here to, just help create some rubble. Any loose rocks, throw them into the road.
All right, yeah, let's RP this up. You're going to suggest loose rocks in the road?
Yeah.
So also, but pass across the
You're-
tire strip.
All right, you can say that beforehand.
Yeah.
You're off and away.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking, once these guys, the tires on their car pop, they're all coming out like, hey, what the fuck's going on? I could, debris I could use to my advantage in that case. So, that's my thought.
Why
Hey,
don't you-
guy, you want to break some stuff?
Why don't you get Steel Skull Jack Hennessy to break some stuff for you? Apparently
not-
he's the cool man on campus now.
Lance, I'll be honest, you seem much stronger. And I think you could really prove it by helping to break some rocks.
Oh, stop it.
How do you break the rocks, Lance? How do you break the rocks?
Don't use your gun rounds. Don't use your
Also,
fancy
wait,
gun
give me
rounds.
perception plus intuition to see if you can find some rocks. This is just like a foresty area, but you
Okay.
need some big old
Yeah,
rocks.
like wood. Yeah, just like any debris that I can kind of.
Knocking some trees down,
Yeah,
or else like trying to
trees,
find some
yes.
debris for
Well, I will,
that. Actually, you know what? Don't give me rocks. Give me survival plus intuition, not perception.
Just him.
If you want to roll too while you're looking for rocks and stuff. Now you're off. Lexicon John, you're here. Are you going to look for rocks too, or are you just hanging out?
I've got my high visibility vest on, and I'm just crawling around under the bridge.
Are you looking for rocks like they are?
No. I'll convince someone that whatever I'm doing is normal when they arrive, but until then,
What are you doing crawling under the bridge?
I'm looking in the nooks and crannies, obviously.
For what?
You never know what you find in the pebbles, my friend.
Give me intuition plus survival. All right, how many successes did you two get?
I got 4.
4 successes? Oh my god, you have high survival?
Yeah. Wait, what was it? Survival.
Wait, how many
plus-
dice? Oh, you have high intuition. Intuition plus survival.
Oh, okay. I do have
Low end.
I will
high
also
vis.
say,
I got one hit.
Okay, so you come back with like one big rock. You're like, I think I found something. As you're coming back with like your second
Yeah.
pile of like relatively large stones and damp like debris wood
Yeah,
you found from the
sticks,
underbrush.
anything we can find.
You
know.
could pile up a barricade
hubcaps.
that's a car could probably ram through it if it was trying to, but with this effort. But you arrive back. Where do you set up this barricade? Is it under the bridge?
I don't know that it needs to be a barricade. It just needs to be stuff around for me to manipulate.
Okay, so it
I-
sounded
It could
like
be
you were
I'm-
trying to make a
I-
barricade.
I
You're
lined it
not
up.
trying to make a barricade.
No. I mean, we
do-
could make a barricade.
I think
suppose.
we're being beavers. And so
Yeah, okay, let's make a
I'm lining it
barricade
up
then.
along the strip
Yeah,
that Lies put out. So I'm doing it just behind it, but I'm doing it one rock at a time.
Okay, so right behind the strip, but the strip hasn't been put out yet. So where are you putting the strip? This is
Well,
important.
we should probably put the strip like quite a ways in front of it.
Yeah, where are you putting
Oh,
the
never
strip?
mind that I'm
You're
doing it
not,
under
You're
the
not here,
bridge.
Lies. You asked them to do it. Where are you guys
Yeah.
putting the strip?
So yeah,
Gaza
we're gonna put
strip.
the strip. We're gonna put the strip about good 20 feet out here, so they run over it, their tires pop, and then they run. They don't quite see the barrier under the bridge, and we're making the barrier under the bridge.
Okay, so as he's putting it in the middle of the road, you're like, honey.
Yeah, come on, right under the bridge, so they can't see it.
Oh.
You see this whole archway here? We're gonna fill that with rocks.
Oh.
So as you go under the rocks, Lexicon John, how many successes did you get on your dice?
4 hits.
So, Lexicon John, what you find is that there's a specific rock that if you knock it out, the whole bridge is going to come down.
Hey.
And I innately
That's why
know
we blocked
this,
the
or
road.
do I find it out by pulling on it
You
immediately?
find it out by like fucking around and like looking at everything and blowing out a little bit and seeing it shaking above you and going, well, all right. But
That's privatization
alright.
for you.
that's right. Do you tell everybody about it?
Of course. We're all doing all this work, but as you can see, I've found a small cheat code here. This rock, if we simply pull on it. No, is this at the edge of the bridge?
It's underneath the bridge at the edge. Yeah, it's on the far side. You
So
can step
we
out
don't-
on this side.
It doesn't require one of us sacrifice ourselves to pull the rock out, no?
Well, I'll make you roll
I'll
a
do
dice
it.
check, but it's an easy dice check to not get crushed.
Well, all right. So when the car approaches, shall we pull this?
You also could, if you have like some kind of thing that could be detonated, you could just put it, you could like wedge it underneath it.
I'll be honest, I'm tempted to pull it now, but
I got it.
all right.
Are you gonna pull it?
No,
What are you
Do
saying?
it
You
when-
got it.
when
Then?
the-
I'm gonna stick a grenade in there,
Oh, okay. You're gonna pop.
and then Bobby can pull the pin for me.
So you.
So hold on. How are you going to get the grenade wedged in there?
Stick it from a pocket.
Are you sure you won't need any glue?
Well, and as I keep trying to put it, I go, no, I'm good, and I put it in and it falls down, and I put it in and it falls
Okay,
down.
for
and
this cooperation, can I get survival plus intuition from you, plus demolition plus logic from you? Demolition is engineering.
I love
Okay,
there's a
okay.
stat for demolition.
I just use engineering. I wrapped
Oh,
it
yeah,
together.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So logic plus engineering,
Oh, engineering 3 plus.
and then can I get intuition plus survival from you? So
I've
this
got
is
one
you two
hit.
working together.
2 hits.
2 hits. All right, so you got
It's quite low
You
stat
got 3
co-op.
hits putting this in. So there is a pin that needs to be pulled. You could detonate it remotely with a smart link, but I don't think you have smart link attached to your.
Not the solo grenades. It's only if it's from my gun.
Do you have any kind of twine or anything like that? You could you could pull the pin from afar.
No, but doesn't Bobby have the ability to pull it?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So you point that out.
Talk
Behind?
about
Yeah, you have
teamwork.
some kind of spell that could pull it out, don't you?
What
I've
do I got?
I've seen you pick up stuff and fling it.
Yeah, I
You've
got
done that
I got
before.
poltergeist. I think poltergeist is the only physical manipulation thing I
Yeah,
have.
then that wouldn't do it.
What was the
Okay.
thing you did when you picked up all the stuff and you threw it at the people before? The scare.
Poltergeist.
That's poltergeist.
Yeah, just throw stuff randomly around.
Hey, Mr. Lexicon, Mr. John,
Yes,
is your first name Lexicon or your first name John? Mr. John, you seem to have weird stuff in your coat. What do you got? There's a Rubik's Cube. What, you got any twine?
Lexicon John, indeed, I have no twine. I have a small gun. I have
You got
crud.
glue.
I have localized crud. I have nothing with distance
All right, so
involved.
that means one of you is gonna have to pull it out manually then.
Yeah. You know, Lance, you seem like the man for the job.
Okie dokie.
Very strong.
So you've
very
got
capable.
you've got a barricade that's underneath the bridge. You have this grenade primed on the other side of the bridge to crash the bridge down. Now I need you to place the spikes down. You're gonna have to bolt on either side and roll it across. Can I get an engineering?
Hold
plus
on,
logic
if
from
I
you?
may, if I may.
Do we need 2 people to do it?
You
or
know
just
what?
one?
Can someone just shoot the grenade?
Oh, you bet your bottom dollar.
Yeah, if you shoot it, I still need you to get 1 success on a luck check after that the grenade actually goes off. But you could try to shoot the grenade and do it.
We should both.
So I need either logic plus engineering or survival plus
Just one person, or do we all
intuition.
have to do that? to
One,
this
one
check?
of you needs to pick which one you're
Okay.
putting down the tire.
I'll-
the
I'll
tire.
do it.
It shouldn't be me.
I'll do it.
Are we looking for a grenade pin
I'll do it.
volunteer?
No.
No, we're
Lance
rolling
is
out the
already
spike
putting up-
strip.
I
we're rolling out
volunteer.
the spike strip.
And now for the spike strip, I rolled survival plus intuition, and I got 2 hits.
All right, so the spike strip is down with 2 hits. Cool. All right, so around this time is all right. So just to be clear about what you have set up, you with Steel Skull driving lies around. You've placed diversion. Like traffic cones and stuff, trying to stop people from going down this side road that the bridge is on, in order to give you space and privacy there.
Yeah.
The Taconic is rarely used. You don't encounter any cars as you're fucking around on the Taconic this whole time. You've set up a small barricade that's made up of debris just in front of the bridge or right under the bridge.
I think right under it.
Right under the bridge.
Yeah.
You've set up a grenade on the far side of the bridge, so the cars will be coming this way. On this side of the bridge, there's a grenade you could pull to collapse the bridge, and you've set up a spike strip about 20 feet ahead of the bridge. Well, Steel Skull comes off, drives up on the bridge, looks over and goes, "Spike strips, that takes me back. All right, little guy, why don't you get the fuck out of here? If you guys need anything else in the car, I'm gonna make another donut run. But I'll be back once you've cleaned up this
Am
whole
I
mess.
there?
You're all there. Yeah.
Okay, we're all there. Yeah. I'd love to cast influence at like a force 5 to try to convince Dan that he should fight with us.
So
That he wants to like
to
get
fight
another-
Stan? Who's Stan? Steel
Dan.
Skull.
Steel Skull Dan. Right?
Steel Skull Jack Hennessy.
Jack.
Steel
Skull
Skull.
Dan. Where the fuck did I get
Dan
that from?
Jack Daniels.
All right, it's gonna be a hard roll, but yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Give me give me biohacking, plus sensitivity.
Yeah. Okay. 2 hits.
Doesn't work.
Alright,
I got
that's
3 hits on
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I need you to roll drain. That's physical drain because you cast over. What force did you cast? 8?
No, 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Never mind. So just if you could roll drain on that, that'd be great. And tell me how much damage you take. Yeah. So Steel Skull Jack Hennessy. Steel Skull Jack Hennessy has a second. He goes, "Oh, my head got cloudy there for a second." Well, anyway, so what do you guys need out of the? You guys need anything from the van or anything like that? Because I think we're gonna make a cider run. I'll be back once you finish up. Just ping me once you're done with this thing.
I mean, I took the finger licker.
You've got the finger liquor out, yeah. Does anyone need anything else from the van? Do you take any other supplies that you took, like work gear or anything like that?
Yes, so I take my drone. I do like to take the high-vis jacket and set myself up a bit further up the road on the other side.
What, by further up the road, you mean the way they're going to be over here or
No,
back
the
here?
other
Back there where they're going to come. Do you want to stay in the tree line?
Yeah, and the thing is, again, like if I see any cars coming that way, I'll go like.
The cars only come this way.
Yeah. No. But any other, if I see any other, if we're unlucky.
The cars are going to be coming this way though, down this road.
Yeah,
They're only going southbound.
Yeah. The goal cars are.
No, all cars. This is only southbound traffic.
The
The northbound route is somewhere else.
I did not know that. Okay, good to know.
I will say this to you, Lies. You notice you have no signal whatsoever out here.
Mm-hmm.
You have no internet at all.
Handy.
Do you?
Frankly.
Handy?
Yeah.
So the way the internet works out here, of course, is that you have pockets of Wi-Fi that connect to each other. So you can connect to everybody here, and presumably once other people arrive, you'll be able to connect to them.
Yeah.
But you can't connect to a broader network.
Yeah, so I set myself up in the tree line.
Yeah.
Find a place to jack in. Make sure that I set up my drone to look out and say I'm going to scout for the arriving convoy and give you a warning, if 5-minute warning.
So you're gonna use the drone to try to keep us out, an eye out for it.
Yeah, just so we've got a bit of warning before they turn up.
Hey, Lies, my friend. So we have to keep 4 of these guys alive, and the rest of them, we'll let go. Can you share us some images of these guys so we know who we're looking for?
So
Between us, do you have
You
that
have
info?
you had images from the
Okay.
very, very beginning. So
Okay.
yeah, easily you could send the images.
so
of
we
the-
all
of
know
the-
who we're.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So don't shoot civilians. I know it is difficult for you.
I've never shot any civil. My guns have done it, but I'll tell them to keep a
You
hat
get
on it.
Precisely.
Are you talking about the prisoners?
Wherever you see the responsibility.
What about this dang fella? Can I shoot him? He seems criminally handsome.
I don't care what else you might do extracurricularly, but no guns.
What? Well, what do you mean? No guns? Then what am I here for?
There are a bunch of NYPD LLC people that they need to be disposed of via guns.
Oh, cool. All
Don't
right.
shoot anyone not in a cop costume. Got
Hey,
it?
that's all I know how to shoot.
Cops?
Million dead cops.
Oh!
Okay.
100 dead
This
cops.
guy was a punk rocker back in his day.
All right, so
Willing to
Steel
die.
Skull leaves. You
Life is a
go
fuck.
into the tree line, Lies, and you chill out. So you've got your Panther assault cannon.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say
And-
I'm set
yeah,
up.
So just quickly, I hook up my device with theirs and also ready to run interference in case there's like.
Do you guys allow him to access your devices to run interferences
I
on your
mean, if he
devices?
can crack my code, it's 1.
But he doesn't notice because he doesn't notice, I think. But for the duration of this run, the code is slightly different while I run
I
interference.
was just gonna say, did you notice? I don't know if you've done this, but so after I explain what I'm doing, just so you know, I have SmartLink attached to all my guns, so you can see what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
But I have the Panther laid out, sort of mounted on the ground to the left side, just behind the bridge, pointed down the road.
Okay.
I am laying down next to it with my ACR AT&T pulled out.
That's
with-
your assault rifle?
With my
I mean, you need to be waiting near the pin.
Well, the pin's on the other side.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen me, Bobby. I'm quite swift.
So you've got all your guns laid out in front of you for quick access.
Well,
Is that what you're saying?
there's like the Panther, and then I'm here, and then I still like on my back is the tube. Yeah.
The rocket launcher.
And then
Have
obviously between the cheeks.
you bolted the Panther into the ground or anything like that?
It's not bolted into, but it has it's there. So and I don't have a tripod, so it's not fully set up.
It's not fully set up. Okay, so you're gonna take. You don't have a tripod at all.
It doesn't come with one, and it's an
Okay.
accessory I couldn't afford.
All right, so you're. Oh my god. So you're gonna take massive negatives firing this thing.
Well, the one thing that's a positive that I don't take negatives is that I have a smart link system automatically built into it that comes with it, which wires into my own.
Got it.
But I do still take probably some negatives from not
Yeah,
having
because
a
you're
tripod.
firing a tank gun. Cool. All right, so from here,
And
let's.
he is not Steel Skull Jack Hennessy.
That's true. Steel Skull will be able to handle it, no problem. So Lies is back here. The cars are going to be coming this way. Lies is back here, knocked out. You're in front of or behind the bridge,
Behind here, looking down that way.
looking down the road. So you're in the road, but to the side of the road.
The tree line here.
Okay, but you're looking down this way.
looking that way.
Okay, great. You've got a clear sight line of pretty much the spike strip and a little bit before the spike strip. Bobby, where are you?
I'm sort of,
Here,
Yes.
hover over on the
Hover?
screen. Don't
Yeah.
tap it. Just hover over.
I'm just kind of chilling around here in the trees, like, smoking some cigarettes. I grabbed some of those half-drunk beers out of the van. I'm drinking those, just kind of waiting for
yeah.
shit to go down.
So you're also keeping an eye. Can you give me the stylus? You're keeping an eye underneath the bridge this way. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but I'm over on the other side.
Okay, so again, Lance is here.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
Yeah,
Lies and Bobby. Lexicon John, where are you?
I'd like to clarify plans here. We're going to be exploding this grenade ahead of the van.
I think once the
Blocking
van's
it-
under the bridge.
Now,
The barricade's gonna stop it, and then we collapse the bridge on top
now
of it.
the
We're
rubble
gonna risk
won't
killing
murder the prisoners, or have we? Have we?
Bridge. The van's not gonna protect. Maybe we don't do that.
Well,
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think the truck's wheels are gonna go pop like the weasel when it goes over, and it won't be able to move forward anymore. But so I think the point I always wanted to pull the thing to blow the bridge so we can make a nice ramp for our new friends to be able to walk up to the truck.
Oh, that works.
All right, so it seems like the plan's a little slapdash. Lexicon John, where are you going to be standing?
So the van is coming from this direction here.
Yes, it's coming from this direction.
Okay, now I think I will stand in the road, my long jacket and high visibility vest, warning them this is a construction area. Hopefully they will
All right, but
slow down.
The
so that
other
we can-
side of the
We
bridge.
can stop them under the bridge.
Put on a reflecting vest.
Yeah.
Yes, aren't we all wearing these?
I mean,
Yes.
Lies has one, but I guess you're the only one that's wearing
Yeah.
one.
So
I thought the whole idea was to pose as construction workers.
Okay, and with that,
so just one quick tip. I'd say try and hide yourself a bit. Take a branch and put it over you so you're not quite as obvious.
honestly, you're in. I guess you could say it from the fly spy. I guess I'll give it to you,
I
but
pull-
you're in the net now.
I pull one long stick over my knees.
Can you give me stealth plus finesse minus stealth plus intuition minus 3? Yeah. So, Magnus, I need to get from you a pilot plus the pilot rating of the fly spy, which is 3.
Yeah. But I keep an eye on our backs just in case.
Wait, with the fly spy, you keep an eye on the backs?
No. Never mind.
There's no way to keep an eye on your backs if you're. Are you Jack? Okay, are you in an AR display or are you in hot sim right now?
Solid. I'm on Hudson. I'm looking.
So all you can see right now, I mean, you have access to their things. You can look through. Who has image link on their things here? Lexicon John absolutely does not.
I do.
You do, and
Image link on my guns.
okay, so you can see down the barrels of Lance's guns, and you can see down the eyes of Bobby Bobbiano. But you
Down
can't see
my
what Lexicon,
eyes.
down your eyes. But the you can't see, and otherwise you can see your spy. Otherwise, because you have no GPS or satellite uplink, you cannot see what's going on around you. So give me your pilot skill plus 3, which is the pilot skill of the artificial. That's if you want to control it manually. If you want to order it what to do, you can give me a data processing plus software, but the max hits you can get is 3.
I'll do that.
Okay, cool.
On my stealth check, which I was only allowed to roll 2 dice.
Yeah.
2 hits.
All right, so you actually somehow when you place the tree branch on top of you, it jostles up some leaves that fly up and land on top of you. So you're a little leafed up. All right, so you're able to send it. Now, there isn't a lot of signal range here, and there isn't good wireless access, so you're actually only able to send the drone without a larger internet connection about twice as far outside of the Wi-Fi range that you get from everybody else, meaning that the drone is only going to be able to go just around this blind turn that I didn't draw onto the map. So you're only going to give people extremely little notice.
Yeah, I'll mention that. And then, yeah.
Okay.
So I'll mention that, and that the notice will be limited, but then, yeah. Give
All
me
right,
a heads up.
so you guys get almost no notice on this. Can I get a perception plus intuition from everybody? Okay, including you, Les.
Visual perception?
Yes. Well, whatever's your highest perception.
Yeah, because I have like bonuses to visual.
Yeah, so roll visual with your bonuses then.
4 hits. 3 hits.
4 hits, 3 hits. Can I get it from the other 2?
4.
I've got my binoculars out and I've got only 2 hits.
Okay. All right. Cool. Great. All right. So who got 4? Only you, Bobby? Okay. Bobby
No, I
and
got
Lies.
3. I got 3.
So say Bobby and Lies. You hear an explosion happening pretty far in the distance, and you see birds kind of fly up in the air from the explosion, and then you hear the soft tapping, the softest tapping of what you understand to be gunshots. Bobby, you hear an explosion, but it's very far in the distance, and you can't really place how far away it is. As a result of that perception test, I want, as vehicles are moving in, but you can't see them, I want everybody to roll initiative, but you two get +4 because of your dice rolls. Bobby, I'm going to give you +2. So what I mean by that is your flat number, add 2 to it.
Yep.
So,
Initiative
Alexicon John,
+2?
you've never rolled initiative before, right?
No.
So what I need you to do is your initiative is going to have it's going to be at the top, right?
Oh, right. You do the 1 dice.
And then you count it.
Yeah.
It's going to be at the top. The very top middle of the page.
So you get
I get 2 dice.
It looks like it says 7 plus 1d6.
Yep, roll 1d6 and add the number, not the successes, add the number to 7.
9 plus 2. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm 8 plus 2d6.
Actually, because this is something we forgot to do before. You can either go hot sim or cold sim. Cold sim gives you +3d6. Hot sim gives you +4. The difference is hot sim you can get murdered by black ice. Cold sim you can only be knocked unconscious.
I'll go Colton.
Cold sim. Okay, so then it's +3d6. And now, okay, Lexicon John, what'd you roll?
9 and then +2. Yeah. And then you give me a +4.
4 total?
4 total.
No, well,
Okay.
7 on 7 dice. I got.
no,
one
it's
hit.
not 7 dice. It's 7 plus 1.
Oh,
Roll
okay.
1
I
dice
thought it
roll
was
and
okay,
add the number to
let's
7.
see, let's see.
Okay.
Wow. So what's your flat number?
So no, it was 10 for me then.
Okay, Lexicon has a 10. You what's that added up?
That's 12 plus 25.
Okay, 25 for Lies. Amazing. And did you add +4 to it?
Oh no.
So 29.
Yeah.
All right.
+4. 18 plus
So-
9 is 27.
Wow. okay.
27.
All right, Lance got 27. What did Bobby get?
Bobby got 9.
Bobby got 9. Okay, that's unfortunate. All right. All right, so here's what's going to happen. Wait. Okay. All right, so here's what's going to happen. You start to hear the rumbling of cars, and then cars are moving so quickly, you have time to ping from your fly spy, time to ping everybody that the cars are coming because you notice it. No one else has time to read it, though, except for Lance, who notices that the cars are coming. Wailing sirens as these cars come barreling down the highway at about 100 miles an hour. One of them, you two notice, is a squad car in front that has been dinged badly in the side. Behind the SWAT car is a single van that says U-NYPD LLC, Department of Corrections. U-NYPD LLC, Department of Corrections. The forward squad car says U-NYPD LLC, which, if you're not from Null York City, you'll know that the NYPD, being one of the largest and most influential, most famous police operations in the world, in the country, was outsourced by most urban areas and most states. So that's why if you go to LA, it's LA NYPD LLC. and U-NYPD LLC, Upstate NYPD LLC. Anyway, these cars are barreling down, have to be going 100 miles an hour at least. You spot them. Lies, it is your turn. You're going first. The cars, we're going to say, are right here, cutting the bend around the blind corner. They have not yet hit this. You can delay your turn if you want to wait for them to do something first.
I hold.
Okay, you hold. Lance, you're the next one to go. The cars are turning around this corner. They have yet to hit this. In front is the squad car. The corrections vehicle is behind. The correction vehicle is struggling to keep up with the squad car.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I roll over to the finger licker.
Okay.
And I fire my anti-vehicle round directly at the NYPD car, not the corrections car.
Okay. Can I get a heavy weapons plus finesse roll? Now for this one, I'm going to give you a -4, but you have smart link with this +4. So I'm going to negate your smart link from the kick that you're going to get from this, and then I'm going to have to ask you to roll an athletics plus finesse to be not knocked prone.
After the shot?
After the shot.
Gotcha. Okay, so the shot goes off.
Yeah,
and
do you want to roll luck on this?
Oh, I have no luck because I rolled it to get the thing.
All
the
right.
shot goes off and I get 5 hits.
Oh my god. All right, let me roll
Boom.
athletics plus finesse. So you fire this anti-vehicle round out of your Panther assault cannon. The cars coming around the corner are prepared for some other kind of like attack or ambush. The driver of the car attempts to pull out of the way. The car jerks slightly to the side. You miss the engine block slightly, but you still hit the hood of the car on the side just above the tire. The tank round buries itself in. Let's get the damage on that. What is the damage on that gun, and what is the armor penetration on it?
So the damage on that gun is 17p.
Okay.
And the armor penetration is for the anti-vehicle 24.
Wait, no way.
This is the most expensive thing on the list, more or less,
Yeah.
and he's spent everything.
Where is it?
That's ammunition.
That's the reason why it's like more expensive per shot than.
Oh yeah, and it's the reason why he had to borrow money from me, his father. Can you imagine the twist?
All right, sorry everybody, one second, because I don't believe that's how high the armor piercing is. Okay, we spent too much money on the ammo. You have 15 shots in it. You have 15 shots.
Sorry, the ammo was confusing.
You have yeah, it's okay. You have 15 shots, which is just one clip. That's all you could afford.
Okay.
So you fire the shot. It gets -6. Sorry, everybody. Rules.
Sorry, that was confusing.
It is confusing. Yeah. So this is
It's almost like this is a game for nerds or something.
so this Ford Americar has 6 armor. Armor normally negates double its rating, just automatic successes on soak tests. But because you have a -6 on this anti-vehicle round, you punch right through this Ford Americar's armor, and it goes right to the body of the vehicle. I'm rolling 17 dice to defend against the damage you're doing. Got 4 hits, which drops your damage to 17p because you got 5 successes, 4 net hits. So you're doing 17p to the body of the vehicle that has 10 hit points. The vehicle, the round rips straight through the vehicle, exiting the other side and cracking through 3 trees, knocking them down into the road. The vehicle from the impact wheels up on its back legs, flips into the air, over. Give me a luck check, flat luck check.
1 hit.
It flips over the spike strip here and crashes into the small barricade you have, screeching to a halt about half under the bridge. That was your turn, Lance.
Yeah, I rolled the athletics. It was four successes,
All right.
and also I wanted to use my 3 words, which was "that's finger licking good."
Okay. No one hears it over the roar or the screech of the sirens, and you know that. So that is good.
That was
I'm
never
across
the
the road.
point.
I might have heard you.
Now remember, Lies, you can at any time interrupt what's happening, okay? So the next vehicle to go is the corrections van, which continues forward. I'm going to roll a perception test on this to see if they see the spike strip, which is kind of hard to see.
And they are going very fast.
They spotted at the last minute. I'm going to give them a +1 to their drive check. Okay. They see the spike strip and pulling a handbrake and twisting on the steering wheel. The car goes sideways, almost tips over, but stops moments before hitting the spike strip, and immediately stepping out of the driver's side vehicle, holding a shotgun, wearing full battle armor that says on it U-NYPD LLC C SWAT team, a ugly man with jowls and cybernetic eyes poked deep into this sallow face, balding but looking muscular, goes, "All right, folks, looks like somebody's trying to rob us," and attempts to throw a grenade at you, Lance.
He sees me?
In
my stealth check?
I forgot you got your stealth check. How many successes you get? 2 successes?
2 successes on 2 dice.
All right, from stepping out so quickly. Yeah, he spots you. I got 3 successes. So he's going to attempt to, as he shouts this, holding a shotgun, throw underhanded a grenade at your location. All right. 4 hits. It lands right on top of you, ticking to a stop right on top of you. Now, the way grenades work, because I'm sure you're very nervous right now, is they do not detonate until the beginning of the person's next turn.
Yep.
You do perceive this happening as you are looking right where it is. Stepping outside of the other car and taking cover looks like a terrified normal corrections officer. They take cover behind the other side of the door, kind of facing your direction. That would now make it. That would now make it this other individual who stepped on the other side of the car. Sorry, I was going to have them do that as part of the action. They're going to pull out a gun, and they're going to say, "Surrender!" You can now see that they have zits, and this is clearly their first day on the job. That would now make it Lexicon. John, your turn.
So can I check for rigs?
What do you mean check for rigs?
As in, like, do a network scan.
So you want to take your turn now?
Yeah.
Give me data processing, software, and logic.
6 hits.
6 hits. Yeah, you detect 3 enemy icons. One of them is currently burning underneath the bridge. Another one is the corrections vehicle, and another one is attached to a icon that is titled Lieutenant Hogg.
Mm-hmm.
So you can detect that. That's one of your actions. Yep. What do you want to do?
How many actions were there?
You've got 2 actions, but you can't make a sleaze check. You can only make an attack check if you want to make an attempt to gain marks.
I try and hit dear old complete.
So you want to get mark.
Yeah, I'll try and get a mark on the cap.
How many you want to take a -4 to try to get 2 marks, or you want to get a single mark?
I'll try 2 marks. Go.
Okay, roll it.
Hopefully he's distracted. 5 hits.
Yeah, you're able to get 2 marks on Lieutenant Hogg's on Lieutenant Hogg's comlink. From those 2 marks, you detect that Lieutenant Hogg's comlink is connected to 2 other individuals. They're hubbed to 2 other individuals. Lieutenant Hogg is the one that just threw the grenade.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 other individuals, one of them is the beat cop, and it's somebody else inside the van, in the back of the van. And that's the end of your turn. Lexicon John, what do you do? You're standing out in the middle of the path, waving your hands in the air.
And so I'm resuming this after the action I've just heard of, or from the moment where the car comes around the corner?
No. Everything that's happened has just happened.
Okay. Now,
So
I believe in front of me a vehicle has exploded, careened over some spike strips, and stopped in front of me.
Yes,
and then,
right
was
here,
that
it's
not,
on fire.
And then a grenade has been thrown over my shoulder at my friend here.
On top of Lance, yes.
I'm torn because as a player IRL, I want to run for cover, but I think I might stand in the glory of the explosion and the hellfire and all the humans who are breeding absolute suffering for each other in front of me. It's, the Phantom of the Opera, Beetlejuice, frankly, this is theater.
So you just bask in the moment.
Yes. I raise my arms as a fireball explodes in front of me, and in a moment of unfortunate rationale, I'd like to reach into my jacket for my small pistol, and that's about all I care to do.
Can you give me performance plus charm as you raise your arms laughing and thrilling at this moment. Oh, if only your queen could see this moment.
I'm not sure if she's really into that.
Streamed. I don't know where to find all these.
Performance is in the is down low in the middle of the skill set.
It's the 10.
Second column, artist and
If it's the same one.
And then
Art
it's charm.
is in.
It's 10
Okay.
dice, yeah.
And what was the second one now?
Charm plus performance, so it's 10 dice.
Performance, and I'm at 11, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we rolled the wrong one before.
4 hits.
Okay, Lexicon John, from the glory and thrill you feel in this moment, like miring in the death of all these filthy, stupid humans around you, you're going to take a +4 to any action for the next 4 rounds.
Sounds good to me.
Let's make it 2 rounds.
Glory be to the hunter.
So with that said, Bobby, it's now your turn.
Okay, so.
The car is on fire. It has not exploded yet, I should say.
Okay, and then we have a van that has stopped before the spike strip.
Right before the spikes, the van has stopped here with Lieutenant Hogg standing right outside. The other car is flipped over and is is halfway underneath the bridge, basically impacted your pile of debris.
I think I'm gonna. Should I pull this grenade pin? I don't have a ton of athletics, but I think I can probably do it. Are we trying to blow this bridge now?
There's somebody underneath it.
There's the cop cars underneath it.
Yeah.
And Lexicon John.
Lexicon John's not underneath it.
Yeah.
Lexicon John is just in front of it.
Outside.
And I imagine he will revel in the destruction.
So yeah, what do you want to do?
And then outside of the corrections van is two officers.
There's a fresh-faced Zitted officer, and there is Lieutenant Hogg with the shotgun and cybernetics who looks ugly and horrible and just threw a grenade at Lance. And he's looking ready for a fight.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Swarm on those 2 officers that I can see.
I love it. What's the force of that swarm?
I don't know their resistances, right?
No, you don't.
Okay.
That's part of the fun.
I know. Let's just do it. Let's just do it at a 4/6.
Okay. Can you cast biohacking plus sensitivity for me?
I like that lady. No half measures.
All
Yeah,
right.
what's the point of casting a force 3? Okay. 4 hits.
Okay.
Cover him in bugs.
All right. So
Bugs.
you cast it. Lieutenant Hogg kind of like sees a couple bugs and squishes them in his hands, and then. But the other fresh-faced person goes, "Sir, it's bugs!" and falls on the ground, screaming about the bugs. What kind of bugs are they?
Oh, like locusts.
Sir, it's a bunch of locusts, I think.
Plague bugs.
Oh my god, it's some kind of plague full of bugs, sir. Lieutenant Hogg just oinks in satisfaction.
Fucking pigs.
What's your drain? On that.
I forget how to figure out drain, sorry.
It's F minus. It's going to be F.
That was F -1.
So that means your drain is 5 drain dice. You have to roll body plus willpower.
Right, and then I have a focus for that.
Yes.
Okay. One hit. So I take.
You take
4
3,
stun damage?
4 stun damage. Yes.
4. Okay.
Okay. So with that, we are now coming to the last person's turn. The back door of the van opens up, and peering around a corner, you see a relatively heavy-set woman with thick black hair kind of peer around a corner, and then looking at the surroundings, takes some nails and digs them into her face, drawing blood, scratching deep gouges into her face. And then as she does this, you hear a small howl. And then from the essence around the van, you see emerging in piles and heaps this gaunt figure made out of some kind of like plasm and translucent goo. Several long fingers extending out of shoulder blades with no arms attached, each one spiked and hooked. Eyeless mouth an eyeless mouth, gaping, holding itself together. It screeches. And now we do a full initiative back around to the beginning, and that makes it your turn again, Lies.
The same initiative score? Or just
No,
your new one?
you do not have any more passes. So we go around back. I drop 10 off of everybody. So we're dropping back to Lies' turn with Lies' score of 17. 19.
So could you remind me how many marks do what again?
2 marks gives you user status.
Mm-hmm. And then 3 marks for
admin status. So admin will let you break a system. User status will let you turn off a system.
Okay, so I roll sleaze for an extra mark.
Okay, roll it. That's gonna be your entire roll. Yeah. Okay, roll it. Sleaze plus code breaking plus logic. All right. So with that said, Lance, what do you do?
I'm gonna pick up the grenade that's next to me, and I want to put it in my new tube and shoot it back at him.
Okay, give me palming plus finesse to put it in your noob tube in time.
7 hits.
7 hits. Okay, yeah, you get your 3rd mark. You have 3 marks now on Lieutenant Hogg's system. So he's standing right
4
in front
hits.
of the corrections van. Okay, you managed to put it back in. Can you give me heavy weapons plus finesse? I'm going to give you a -4 on this for the speed that you're doing it. Heavy weapons plus finesse. I think you do still get +4 on it because it is a smart link. So it's just a flat.
2 hits.
Okay, 2 hits. All right. Lieutenant Hogg, swift on his feet, does step out of the way of the grenade as it dings in the way of the grenade. Lieutenant Hogg dives out of the way of the grenade. It has landed just in front of the corrections vehicle. And now that makes it Lieutenant Hogg's turn, which is when the grenade was thrown. So the grenade explodes. The grenade explodes right next to the corrections vehicle. I'm just going to roll really quick to make sure that Lieutenant Hogg did in fact get out of the way of the thing. Yeah, Lieutenant Hogg was able to dive out of the way. The writhing on the ground young police officer was not able to do so. The grenade
Probably because of all the bugs on him.
Probably because of those bugs. Yeah, the grenade detonates. It knocks the corrections vehicle over a little bit. The woman who had summoned the monster tumbles out of the van, but is still kind of behind cover, but falls out of the van from the lurch. Otherwise, the van's paint job was damaged, but the van itself is okay. The young man was completely blown apart. Cinders and body parts clap around like wet noodles.
I also said ships away.
Ships ahoy, ships away. So he is now dead. That makes it Lieutenant Hogg's turn, who then uses their shotgun to fire at you, Lance.
It's a far way to shoot a shotgun.
He's got maybe slugs in it.
Also, did he have to get back up?
He's firing prone from the ground.
Oh.
Can you give me you're prone, right?
Yep.
Can you give me just intuition -2 from not being able to move very far? No, actually, intuition, just give me flat intuition.
3.
Let me see that fucking roll. Okay, fine. No, I need a soak test.
For me?
Yes.
Flat soak is 19.
The legendary soak test.
What was that one time I rolled 19 dice and got 1 hit?
Yep. First session.
4 hits.
4 hits. You take 1 damage as the slug hits you in your helmet. You take it right to the head, but your helmet is padded. Your helmet is strong, and you've taken headshots before.
Yeah.
You take 1 damage for that.
I give a lot of head.
Okay, can I get? Can I now get
Only as of a week ago, though.
that pulls us all
Zing.
the way around. The officer is dead. That pulls us down to Lexicon. It's your turn.
All right.
Getting
I don't know how much has changed for this man. So in my vision, I have this Lieutenant Hogg only, right?
Laying on the ground is the only person you could see with a clear line of sight. The woman that summoned the weird monster is also on the backside of the van, and then there is, of course, the weird monster. But
she's
the grenade
behind the
blew
van.
up.
I think with the van getting knocked over, I've maybe seen her for the first time now.
Yeah, I think you've seen her for the first time. You could just see her like maybe butt and legs as she's on the ground, but mostly covered by the van.
Okay, now I do have a gun drawn.
You have a gun drawn. You'll take negatives if you try to shoot at her because she's behind cover. Lieutenant Hogg is laying on the ground in the open.
he's not too far from me, and he's firing on Lance here. Now, in my brain, I must admit, I don't know if I really have a reason to kill this man for shooting at this large moron, but I think for the joy of watching blood spray, I will indeed draw my weapon and fire upon the fat hog police officer.
Do you say anything as you fire your weapon?
No, the sound of the gun is glee enough for me.
Okay, get finesse plus sidearms plus 4 for the glee that you're feeling in this moment.
A lot of skills I don't often
Sidearms
use.
on the far right, and the
Okay.
far right, and finesse is on
We've
the
got
far left.
finesse, sidearms, and what else was it now?
+4. So
Plus 4.
6 dice.
Okay, that's...
Wait, is that it?
no, it's
sidearm-
7.
What's this? Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, so his sidearms are really bad.
It's all quite bad.
Do you
2
get to-
hits.
2 hits. You fire, but Hog is able to roll over to the side, and the bullet misses. You can fire again though, with a -1.
Sure, so that being now to 6 dice.
This would be 5 dice because you rolled 6 last time.
I rolled 7 last time.
Okay, so you roll 6 this time. You can roll luck on it, of course.
I make my own luck.
I love it. Okay.
Yes, and I've made it quite well. 1 hit.
I got no hits that time. He rolls over and is like, ha ha, and then you shoot him right in his body. What's the damage on your gun?
It's likely not very high. Oh,
It's probably actually on the.
damn it.
It's on the other page.
I think we need lies to read this because it is too faint.
Yes, sorry. So primary weapon, penetration +5, ammo 6.
Oh,
6
plus
feet.
5. Yeah, because it's a flechette pistol. It fires.
It is a baby gun.
6p.
Yeah.
He got 8 successes. He takes no damage as the shrapnel hits him in his armor. That makes it now Bobby, your turn.
Okay, so this woman summoning a monster.
Yeah. There's a monster there. It's long. It's about 12 feet high, thin.
Can I counterspell her monster?
You cannot. You can banish it, but only if you knew how to summon like emotion elementals, which you can't.
No.
But they are. You would know this. They are incredibly weak to magical damage compared to, or psychic damage compared to physical damage. So if you have any ability to do psychic damage to the creature.
How do I tell?
Psychic damage. Well, by psychic damage, I mean damage caused by a spell.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Shatter might be the only one you have.
Yeah, Shatter might be and touch.
It's a touch spell.
Yeah. You know what?
You gonna kick off your heels, sprint over there? This monster has been summoned on the other side of the van here.
Yeah. I don't know that I have enough athletics to actually get over there and do it with a touch spell. It was
Well,
line of sight
because
spell,
it'd be your full action, I would let you roll 2 movement checks to do it. It's up to
I
you.
just
though.
like my stats aren't that good on that. Swarm isn't gonna do anything to this guy, right?
No, not at all. What's your
Is this the
movement
second
score?
one? Movement?
Yeah, it's top middle. It's like near initiative.
I haven't finesse body composure, willpower.
Did we not write it down?
We didn't. Yeah. No, we didn't.
Um.
It's not great. I will tell you that. I mean, my
Yeah, one
body's
second
like,
while we
all right.
calculate
Sorry,
movement.
sorry guys.
Plus willpower, 7, 9, 10. 5. Movement's 5.
Could be worse. Can you fill that in?
Yeah.
while you
Okay.
do?
Yeah.
So what do you want to do, Bobby? Do you want to sprint over there and do it? I'll tell you this. I would need you to get
Yeah. What do
4 successes to make it over there total, and I'll let you roll it twice.
I? Out of 2.
4 successes out of 10 dice. That's possible, but not easy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if
gonna-
this is worth a luck roll.
I guess I could get 4 more dice on it. So I have 2 chances to get over there, and then
Well,
I
they're
can
going to add
pass-
together.
Yeah.
You're going to roll 5
Right.
twice. You need 4 total, but over the 2 of them.
Yeah. So I'm still down. You know what? Yeah, let's do it with I'll do luck on the first one. So that's
So why don't we just simplify? Just roll 10 dice plus luck, and put rule of 6
Okay.
on. Make sure rule of 6 is turned on.
10 plus luck plus roll of 6. 6 hits.
Okay, yeah, you easily managed to run the distance. You duck under the
Running
bridge.
up
You
that
jump
road,
over the brambles
running up
using the not burning part of the car as a vault and rush over to this 12-foot tall monster. You attempt to place your hand on this goddamn thing. Give me biohacking plus sensitivity. No, is it biohacking or is this psychomancy?
Shatter is.
think it might be psychomancy. Psychomancy. So psychomancy plus sensitivity. Do you want to roll luck on this too?
Yeah, I do.
Give me your force that you're casting this at.
Okay.
This thing is 12 feet tall. It has 3 fingers protruding out of each of its shoulders that are razor sharp. And it has a screaming mouth. I'm just letting you know.
It's a bloodborne monster.
It's very scary. Yes, it's Bloodborne-esque.
Okay. Let's do like a force 8. I'll you know.
What's the negative? I don't. What's the negative? What's the drain you get on this spell?
Shatter is force -6, so it's actually.
So you want to do 8?
That's good, right? You can cast
8?
higher on those.
Yeah,
right?
you can cast up to 12.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying force -6 is like it's gonna do less damage.
Yeah,
to you
it'll
than a
only
force
do.
minus
If you cast an 8, it'll only potentially do 2 damage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll do
It'll be
force-
physical because you're casting it so hard.
Yeah. That's fine. We'll do force 8.
Psychomancy plus sensitivity, but plus 1. Remember, because of your power focus.
Right. Okay. I keep forgetting to do that actually. Okay. So sorry. Okay. Psychomancy is 4 plus 8 sensitivity plus luck. So 2, 3, 4 plus 1
Plus rule 6.
plus rule 6. Yeah. Okay.
Because you're using luck.
8 hits.
That is the maximum number of hits you can get. And you know, this is actually pretty amazing. I got 7 hits to stop you. So you barely affect this monster. You rush.
I barely affect it?
No. What I mean is it almost resists you, is what I mean.
Yeah.
You touch it with your hand, and it kind of laughs and cackles, and then the rippling effect of your shatter as it starts to try to rip apart its internal organs. The amount of damage you do is your net hits, which is only 1, plus the force of the spell. So you do 9 damage to the creature.
What's it have?
It has well, I can't tell you that, but part of its body explodes outward. It screeches again silently as it rolls backwards, only able to stand up now, not by the mass of its weight underneath, but by the 3 fingers now operating as legs, spider-like crawling backwards, screaming silently from the injury that it has sustained. It's now the monster's turn. The monster immediately lunges forward on its 3 legs, clattering forward, and then with its 2 pincers attempts to stab you through your body. Can I get a Can I get a finesse plus athletics to get out of the fucking way?
Oh Jesus! Okay. Should have wasted all my luck on that stuff because I think Bobby might be about to die. No hits.
No hits. I got 1 hit. I actually didn't roll very well. But I got 1 hit, and now I need a soak test from you as you're about to get stabbed. Soak should be up top.
Yeah. Okay. So I have 8 armor rating.
8 armor rating plus body. Can you write that one down too? How many hits?
7.
Wow. Okay, so the Actioneer business clothes, these bulletproof
Yeah,
business clothes,
this is a pretty good suit I got on.
Both of the stab wounds come right down into your shoulder pads that are extra padded and armored.
They're so big, guys.
The 2 piercing arms do still make impact with you, dealing. So it would have done. You got 7 hits.
Yeah.
So they don't rip the fabric of your suit, but you take like pretty bad muscle damage, bruises, as you take 2 physical damage from the impact. Did you roll drain?
I have to roll drain.
Yeah, also roll
I'll
drain.
Oh yeah.
And that, Bobbiano, that is your turn. All right, I fucked up. You weren't supposed to go again, but well, I guess we'll just give you
Mighty.
this one.
Because it was cool.
Yeah, I should have. I'll cut that out of the edit.
Cut out nothing.
Cut out nothing. All right, and so now I'm dropping everybody's scores again. That lies. That you with 7 points. It is your turn now.
Okay. So
You have 3 hits on Hog's system.
I silently turn off any cybersecurity has on this thing.
On what thing?
On his deck and on his deck.
You want to shut his firewall down?
Yeah.
Okay, give me data processing software and logic.
Yeah, basically, shut down AI. Shut down AI. Any AI agents that might be chasing me or might be able to chase me.
I'll let you shut down one thing at a time. If you want to drop the firewall, can you?
Yeah.
If you want to shut down the firewall, you can do that. If you want to brick the whole comlink, you can do that.
No, but that's the thing. So I want.
Okay, so
is there
one thing at a time.
Is there anything I can do to make it much harder for him to get any hits on me?
I mean, you can. Yeah, you could roll dice to you could fill his dice with spamware and malware to give him massive negatives to any dice rolls.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that first.
Okay, so just give me. Well, that's gonna be. I'll let you do that. Yeah, data processing software logic.
4 hits.
I also got 4. I got 4 hits as well. So you don't manage to upload any malware into the system.
Okay.
What do you want to do with your second action? You want to try it again?
Yeah, try it again.
Okay, cool.
Got it. 5 hits.
I got 6 hits. That's crazy. I'm only rolling 9 dice. But I got 6 hits. Yeah, your second attempt to fill it full malware fails. I'm sorry, Lies. Lance, it's your turn.
I got lucky plenty of other times.
So Hog's on the ground, other man's dead, the other one with big scary monster. I feel like it's time to pull that pin.
Okay. All right. So you give me a movement check to run over to that area. Can you give me
Flat movement?
Give me athletics plus finesse to stand up because you are crouched. If you want to stand up as a free action, I need athletics plus finesse. I don't expect this to be difficult for you, but
No hits on that.
all right. So one of your actions.
Wait a minute.
Wait, what'd you roll?
I rolled 8 on what's supposed to be 10.
Roll 2 dice. Only 2 dice.
Only 2 dice. Okay.
Wait,
It's 8 plus 2.
1, 2, 3.
Doesn't matter. It's no hits.
Okay, so it takes one of your 2 actions to stand up.
Okay, I did the movement and I got 3.
Okay, so you're able to move over and pull the pin. You want to pull the pin out?
Yep.
Okay, so you run in front of Lexicon John, who's shooting at Hog, and you pull the pin out. Can I get finesse plus athletics one more time to get out of the way of the rubble as it explodes? Can I get finesse plus athletics from you too, Lexicon John?
Wow, 2 hits.
2 hits. Yeah, the you pull the pin and dive out of the way of the grenade. Lexicon John.
And I say
1 hit.
All right, you do not dive as much out of the way of the grenade. So you dive out of the way of the grenade. The grenade explodes, knocking the supporting brick out of the way, and then quickly after, the entire wall falls down, blocking the path completely, crushing the barricade you set, and falling on top of the squad car that was upside down and underneath the bridge. And what do you say?
I say, boom goes the dynamite.
Boom goes the dynamite. Can I get a soak test from you, Lexicon John?
That was a rocky road.
Now, how do I roll this? It's my first soaking.
It should be just a flat number that we wrote. So
Just a number?
Yeah,
it should be a number that says soak here.
Yeah, I do believe it says 17.
So just roll 17 dice for me, please. God, I forgot how beefy you are. Okay.
Oh, yes, my body is made of iron. My brain is made of...
And then can
5
roll,
hits.
Roll initiative for me one more time, everybody, please. 5 hits. You take no damage as you turn your back, and your suit and all of your calluses absorb the blow of the explosion.
11 plus.
You got 9 again. Nope, that's it.
I know.
It's whatever you roll your
Oh, yeah, then yes. So you got 19.
Yeah.
And you add it to the number.
Okay, can I get everybody else? Lexicon John. Lexicon John, what did you get?
Oh, you do very bad.
8.
So you only rolled 1?
Yeah, 1.
Intuition is
1d6, and I got...
Neither of those are actually.
How many hits?
No, it's not hits. It's the number. It's the number
Okay, in
specifically.
this case, then we've got 13.
Beautiful.
My intuition's okay though. Sorry.
What'd you get?
9.
And what'd you get, Lance?
24.
Okay, Lance, you go first.
Okay. So what do I see now that the
The
pin has
rubble
been
is down in front of you. You can't really see a sight line, but if you step on top of the rubble, you can see the other side. But you can't really. What you can see is the van, but you can see the monster, but you can't see Hog, who's on the ground, and you can't see the other person who's behind cover behind the van.
Okay. Could I do as one of my actions? Can I like set my AT&T AR like sort of mounted on a rock, looking forward, with a perception test, and then based on that perception test, choose my next
Perception
action?
-4 is your
Okay.
free action, yeah.
12. Oops. 3 hits.
Okay. 3 hits?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, you can see Lieutenant Hogg, and you can see the figure who is still on their back behind the car.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna fire at Lieutenant Hogg.
Okay.
With my AT&T Alpha.
I'm going to give you -4 on this for firing from around corner. Actually, take a -6 on it, but you get +4. So you're only taking a -2 for your finesse plus long arms.
Cool, so that's 11 dice then.
Damn, you roll well.
It's 3 hits. And I was doing, by the way, I should have told you this beforehand, it's a burst fire.
Then you have to take another -2 on that. Oh, do you have recoil compensation? You do.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay, it's burst fire.
I'm sorry, we were trying
Okay,
to...
before I roll, are you making it harder for Hog to dodge, or are you doing more damage?
We're making it harder for him to dodge.
Okay, so that's -3 to the dodge test. He got 2 hits, so good job. So what's the damage on your alpha?
The alpha is 11. No, yes, 11p.
Okay, 11p. Is there armor penetration on it?
-2. Actually, -6. Let me just show that.
No, that makes sense because you have armor piercing ammo. I only got 1 hit. You got 1 net hit for 12 damage, but then armor only did 1. You did 11 damage. So Hog, as he's feeling very good about absorbing the gun from Lexicon John and dropping the other, your bullets tear through his armor, fleshing him up. Blood flies everywhere, like that one scene in Akira where the guy gets shot by all the machine guns. This pulpy blood flying everywhere as the 3 bullets tear through his armor. He goes, oh! And then dies.
And I mutter.
That sound effects was.
And I mutter. I came up with bullets. It's what for dinner. Suck on that.
Take a
steel
willpower
skull.
plus composure roll for that one. Bobby, the monster in front of you, this time attempts to attack you.
5 hits.
But before that, I need you to roll willpower plus composure because it with its eyeless face, it gets right in your face and you feel this cold air impact across your body.
4 hits.
4 hits.
Oh, wait, I had rule of 6 on, sorry.
Roll again.
Okay. 1 hit.
1 hit. You feel a dread encompass your entire body from the stare of this monster. Roll me finesse plus athletics at -1.
Okay, and that's gonna be 2 dice.
Okay, give me that.
1 hit.
Let's hold up 1.
Yeah.
Just when you kick the camera.
Oh, when you kick the camera? Okay.
Yeah.
Was it mine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got 1 hit?
She wants to be involved, yes.
Give me a soak test.
Okay. Does that mean my soak is 11? Does that mean I roll 11?
Yeah,
die?
roll 11
Okay.
die.
Cool. 3 hits.
3 hits. This time, after the fear looking you in the eye, 2 of its arms come deep into your chest. The stab wound impacts you for 9, and you got 2 hits.
Ooh, yeah.
You take
3 hits.
3 hits.
Yeah,
You
3.
take 5 damage as the
Physical damage.
5 physical damage as the 2 pincers stop from fully penetrating your body, but cut deep
toeing
into
the
your
line
body.
here.
You are knocked onto the ground from the impact, which is at least better than their attempt to impale you.
Yeah.
It is now Lance, your turn. I mean, Lies, your turn.
Damn.
No, that was its turn attacking you.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay, now that there's dust and everything everywhere, I mark up the targets.
Okay, give me data processing software and logic.
6 hits.
6 hits.
With those 6 hits, all of you, I'm going to give you, all 3 of you, can you give me perception plus intuition tests? This time, don't use your binoculars, because you're probably not using them right now, but you guys can use whatever augments you want. 5. You take +5 as long as these targets are marked.
5.
You also take +5 to any attack actions against these targets.
Against them specifically.
Yeah, against the the comlink.
Just
You
the
can't.
monster?
No, it's only the target behind. It's
Yeah.
basically there's
Oh,
one
like the
person alive.
person who is-
Yeah, it's the
who is
psyker.
yeah.
Okay. And with that roll, it is now you, Lexicon John. It's your turn.
So in the previous, I got 1 hit just now.
I don't get a second action, or is that just out of curiosity?
Oh yeah, you get 1 more action. I'm sorry, Lies.
Yeah.
What's the other thing you want to do?
I hack into their communications.
Okay, so you need to hack into the comlink for that.
Yeah. Oh, her comlink as well.
Yeah, because no, I guess you're right. You have the comlink before, so yeah, give me data processing plus logic plus software, because despite the fact that Hog is dead, the comlink is still
2 hits.
the one.
2 hits.
2 hits. Let me roll against that. I got 3 hits. You were unable. The connection blocked you. Signal failed.
Well, at least I got the markup.
You did get the markup. Lexicon John, so you get +1 to any attack rolls.
Okay.
But you also are on the other side of the bridge and blocked.
Correct, and I also had +4 to many rolls in a row that we forgot about, which is fine because the critical glitch is what we aim for here at Wizardhole.
Yeah, take a +4.
No, I don't want it.
Okay.
So now, pardon me for the chat and those watching. I had to tend to some camera and audio matters. Hog is dead now. I've got a wall of rock in front of me.
Yes.
And I can tell
Bobby
you right
is
now,
in direct combat with this weird, long monster, beautiful monster thing.
on my side of the bridge. The monster is on my side of the bridge. Yes.
Yeah. Oh no. Here on the map, the
Yes.
monster is here.
Yeah, we're over here.
The monster's
so you
here.
ran
Bobby is
across.
here. This is where the van is, and the other person is kind of right next to Bobby as well, behind cover. You're on this side of the bridge.
Okay. Now.
You can see the monster. You can see the monster because it's 12 feet tall. But in the
Okay.
top of the
In previous turn before the bridge was blown, my plan was indeed to run under the bridge. So now I think I'll have to run around the bridge. I don't think I'll be able to take any combat here. I'd like to get on the side of the action.
It's a pile of rock. Can you go over it?
It's pretty tall. You could try to climb over it if you want, or you could run around it. I don't know what Lexicon John Strong suit is. Climbing over it would be a finesse plus athletics to climb over it.
It really sounds like a scenario where my foot might get caught in a rock and torn off, which, trust me, I want to see, but I don't know if anybody else is really...
So can you give me 2 movement? Give me a movement check, and then give me another. Then give me another movement check. Then.
Wait, so, no, I'd like to go around. I
Yes,
think.
no, that's to go around. To see how far you get. Give me a movement check, and then another movement check. Movement should be at the top. It should just be a flat number again.
Okay, 16.
16 dice for movement?
You filled out the
It should be
sheet.
8. I didn't divide it by 2. It has to be 8. There's no way it's 16.
Well, it's
Or even
8 it is.
cyberware? I don't know.
No, it has to be 8.
All right,
Okay.
3 hits on the first one and rolling it again.
Okay, so for the first one, you're able to get to the side of the bridge, just for one of your actions. You have one more action if you want it.
Okay, now this is maybe a complex action, but currently I have my pistol drawn.
Yes, you do.
I would like to just drop that into a pocket, and then I don't know how the game really considers dual wielding, but I'd love to then reach into my jacket and in my right hand pull out the gamma scopolamine,
Yes.
and in my left hand pull out the ever handy aerosol glue.
Give me palming plus finesse to try to do it as one action.
I mean, hey, who better to take out this bloodborne monster than this fucking bloodborne hunter we have playing with us?
Oh yeah.
My God.
It took me a long time to find these stats because they're the ones I don't use. Palming and what else was it?
Palming plus
Also,
finesse.
just look at finesse. I think
Yes.
farming is there, and I don't see anything.
It is certainly empty. Okay, we've
Oh,
got
what? 2 dice.
whopping 2 dice. And 2 hits to my...
You are able to pull one out. You have one action left.
2 hits.
Can I do another movement action now?
What do you want to do?
I'd like to go across the bridge and begin to engage them. I mean,
You're
I'm-
here.
Yeah, yeah.
You can make a movement. You could try to charge and attack someone.
Yeah, what's the worst that's going to happen? I'll die.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Who do you want to attack?
I can move and attack. I can't move and attack.
It's a
can I?
charge. You're going to take a -2 to the melee attack, but you'll get +2 damage.
Melee attack now. Who am I meleeing? In
Well,
my.
you have to tell me what you want to do. You're
Okay,
saying
okay.
engage them, but you're being
Listen.
very vague.
What I would really like to do is, in my heart of hearts, is to approach this large scratched woman and inject her with the gamma scopolamine. And then if I pass the monster on the way, I'll spray it with some glue.
Okay,
You don't know what's going to happen when you spray it with glue, do you?
I'll let you do one of those 2 things: spray the thing with glue, or try to run past the monster to get to gamma scopolamine, the psyker on the ground.
I think I prefer to inject people with life-threatening drugs, so let's do that.
All right. So give me a movement check to see if you can cover the distance first.
8, and what you saying there was minuses?
No, just 8. Yep. Because you're not injured at all.
All right, 2 hits.
That's just what you needed. Can I get a melee plus finesse -2? This, I'm going to give you your inspiration at +4. You are, and +1 because of that. So take +5 on this because honestly, Lexicon John, you are inspired to inject people. Maybe not to shoot them,
It is
but
true.
to
So
inject them.
I had 5 dice, and then you're saying +5 on this?
Plus
a
five-
10
plus-
die?
Well, but did you take the -2 for the charge attack?
So this would be 8 then?
8 dice, yeah.
And the marks
You
and
feel lucky?
yeah, ignore the mark for the
1 hit, unfortunately.
Okay, so you charge forward, and the psyker sees you and grabs your arms. What do you, as you charge forward, horrifyingly scary, the gamma scopolamine and the glue, and grabs the arm and stops you from injecting them as they look at you, horrified. It's now their turn, and they are going to take a book. They're going to take a cue out of Bobbiano's book, and they're going to cast Shatter on you. As they're holding your arms to hold you back. Now,
There's
Bobby,
a monster in
what
my
did you roll?
face.
Oh, you have not taken your turn yet. You can, because of what you rolled, you could attempt to counterspell to help him being injured if you would like to.
Yeah, let's do it. How do
Okay.
I do that? What do I roll?
What happens is I usually dock your initiative by 5 points, but the thing is that you're at 9, you lose nothing by having that happen. The thing usually you'd worry about is if you're at like 13 and you drop to below 10.
Right. Okay, yeah.
All you do is give me your give me psychomancy plus sensitivity, but take all of the negatives. Take all of the negatives from your injuries.
Oh fuck. Okay. No, because I got a lot more injured on that last one. I think attacked me.
Yeah, it looks like it's 4.
It's 10 minus 7. So I can
No, and then stun injuries too.
That is not even worth counterspelling.
So it's 4.
I can roll 1 dice.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh no, the injury you have is only the -3s. So it's here. Let me see it.
Oh, okay.
You're
-4. -4. Okay, so
I can roll 6 dice.
yeah, give me
Okay.
6 dice.
2 hits.
Okay, can you roll for me body plus willpower plus 2?
Oh, I see. Okay. I got it. Yeah. Good to know. I've never done counterspelling before.
Body plus willpower, those should all be on the top row of the attributes. So body, and then willpower's over there. Plus 2 though. 6 hits. I got 7 on you. So you are going to take right now as she holds your arms. You are going to take 7 physical damage as the shatter effect on both your arms pops and explodes inside your body, popping pustules and pus. It does not break your bones because, alas, they are covered in plastic, I think.
I think we upped it to aluminum.
The aluminum dents. You hear like a bink as they dent, but you do feel your marrow cracking underneath. Your hands twist. Malformed slightly, take 7 damage, and then you crumple to your knees in front of this woman.
Does he get to roll soak, out of curiosity?
No. He rolled his resistance. His resistance was the body plus willpower.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so I was curious because, whether there was a soak test involved or not.
Magic, yeah.
Magic does shitloads of damage, but it injures the person
Funky.
casting it, which I'm about to cast for this person. Shatter is not that bad though. Shatter has to be used in melee. They take 3 damage from the wind.
Physical or stun?
Physical, because they cast it at such a high level. Yeah, Shatter's really strong, but you have to have being physical contact. Wait, do you not know how to do damage? Give me this. Okay, so here's what we do. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We scratch up going down, so now you have a -2 to all dice rolls. And now that makes it Bobby Bobbiano, it's your turn.
Okay, that didn't take any of my turn, right? The counterspelling?
No, you're good.
Okay,
So this is all happening right in front of you. About like 7 feet to your right is Lexicon John being dropped to his knees in front of this woman, and the monster is on top of you. Yeah.
Okay, let's cast Shatter on that monster again.
Okay, can you give me a?
Let's do it.
Give me.
A force. I have a lot of physical damage now. We'll do it at force 6.
Okay, cool. Cast it. Psychomancy plus sensitivity.
What are my negatives?
4.
Okay, fuck.
But
Okay.
you get +5.
Right, I get +5. Well, do I get +5 against the monster?
No, you don't.
Okay. So sensitivity plus psychomancy is 10.
-4.
-4 plus 1 for my power focus.
Yep.
Right? Okay. 3 hits.
Is the monster currently embedded in her?
No, it attempted to. 3 hits. So you fell to the ground before. We'll say you if you stay on the ground, you could roll finesse plus athletics to get up. You could do this after, but while on the ground, you grab one of the tendrils and attempt to shatter it. You both got equal hits, which I'll have do half damage as I soak. Okay, they got 3 hits. You do no damage to the monster as the damage ripples through. Do you want to do finesse plus athletics to stand up, or are you okay staying on the ground?
I mean, if I don't do that finesse plus athletics,
You can't do
can I
anything
something
else, no.
All right, I'll do
Well,
it
you
then.
can say something, or you can roll a perception test or something. It's a free action.
Yeah, I'll
Take
do
your
that.
-4 though.
I mean, I
Lance.
can't if I have -4. I have no
Oh.
dice, so my finesse plus
So you-
athletics is 3.
So you're just on the ground then, because
Yeah.
it takes an action to stand up otherwise. Lance, it's your turn.
So real quick, you had me roll a willpower plus
Composure, yeah.
earlier on 6 dice.
Yeah.
5 hits.
Okay, so you feel totally like you did invent bullets or what's for dinner. Okay.
And so because of that, I think I'm a little bit inspired when I see my dad being attacked by this weird bloodborne monster.
Yeah, you do, but the inspiration is honestly just the inspiration you get from the marking of the target. So if you want to shoot the bloodborne monster, you're okay. I'll give you +1.
But
you're taking a -4 if you're blind firing without getting on top of the bridge.
well, I want to basically run across the rubble.
Okay, give me finesse plus athletics.
Okay. It's 8 plus 2, 10, and I get no pluses on that.
No.
4.
Yeah, you are able to scramble up. It is a little difficult. All of the rocks like fall underneath your feet. It's a little tough. One of your actions, though, you are on top of the rubble now.
Okay. Can I now, from this vantage point, do I see Lexicon John and this weird scratched woman?
Give me. Yes, you do, but they're still behind mild cover.
Okay.
What it will do is you've got inspiration and you've got a height advantage. I'll give you a +2, but the cover will give you a -2. So it'd just be a flat dice roll, but you'll still get your smart
And they are
link bonus.
painted for me, right?
And they're painted, and you'll get your smart link. So
Okay.
I guess you'll get a bonus of. It's just gonna be finesse plus long arms +9, I guess, because of smart link and then because of the painting. Now that's just you don't get the smart link twice. Make sure you don't.
Yeah, no, I got it.
What'd you get?
I'm rolling 23 dice, just so you know.
Yeah, that's fine. It makes sense.
So I'm gonna roll. I am gonna do burst. So I don't take negatives on that. The -2.
No, you don't. Are you gonna do more damage or try to get them to dodge it? Either way, just roll it first.
Okay. 6 hits.
6 hits. Are you doing damage or trying to stop them from dodging it?
The Psyker?
The Psyker, yeah.
Trying to stop them from dodging it.
Okay, I take -3 for the bullets. I got no hits. How many hits you get?
6.
Okay, yeah, your bullets fly straight through the armored back of the door, like through the plexiglass window, not stopping at all. They fly over your head, Lexicon John, like around you. All 3 bullets making a little like crown around your head. All 3 of them impacting directly into the Psyker's face. Their wince from their own shatter spell and their fear at being outnumbered completely stripped away as their face explodes in a hail of armor-piercing bullets.
And I say, bullets. It's what's for dinner.
Beautiful.
Even
lovely.
more confidently.
Lies, it's your turn.
Now I'm free.
No, you're not. The monster's still there.
It doesn't die with the Psyker? Okay, never mind.
Lies.
No comment, but I did watch the other video.
Lies, what do you do?
And I can't comment on that at all. I life signs.
Of all of the people with comm links, yes.
Okay, so I send my drone to check the interior.
Okay, yeah. Give me data processing, logic, and software with maximum hits of 3.
3 hits.
The spy drone flies around and checks the interior inside of the vehicle. There are 8 prisoners. There's 7 on one side, 4 on the other. They're all just wearing prison jumpsuits, and they're all shackled together with high-tech, not shackled together. They're all locked into manacles that are built into the chairs, high-tech. And then in the back, there is one gentleman behind a gate that is in a kind of like weird dolly system in a straitjacket with their face covered completely. You recognize Ilsevich, Handy, and Tatenkin around the side, mixed in with the population. Dang Rusty is the one who is the Penn Station Maniac, in fact, is the one wrapped up in the straitjacket in the back. You have one more action.
I really have to get down to the bottom of this at some point. Anyway,
one more action.
Yeah.
Do you want to come out of hot sun?
I mark our target screen.
Okay, data processing, software, and logic. And now Lexicon John, it's your turn. Her face is exploded in front of you. Yes, the targets are marked green on all of your cyber eyes.
With the little name on top.
With the name on all of them. Yep, you got it.
Fantastic.
Now I assume she's let go of me now, falling dead?
The arms are still clutching onto you with the grip of the dead.
The grip of the dead, you say? I
curse of
suppose
the flesh.
I suppose my first order of business would be to remove these.
You can do it as a free action. It's not a
A
problem.
free action, all right. I'll shake away.
You find that your arms are limp and not working very well. Until you get rest, I'm going to give you an additional -2 to any actions involving your hands.
Okay,
So that's a -4 to any hand actions.
-4, and my hands are all I've got.
Yeah.
Pardon me, folks. We're gonna pause this roll for a moment.
Yeah, the music's suddenly got awfully loud. I don't know if it's loud on the stream, but it's very loud.
It's just
for
this
us.
track.
It's like 2 songs that are very, very loud.
It's too bad I like this one, too.
Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, cool. And we're back. Or we're almost back. We need Lexicon John to sit down one more time. All right, what do you do?
Thank you, folks. Okay, now she's sloughed off or no?
Yes, you've got her off.
Okay, I've got her off, but I have these
Nice.
these weak hands, and all I've got is a spray can of glue in one and a spray can, or rather, a needle of gruel in the other.
Yes.
Now, this ghost creature is our only enemy currently, right?
That's true.
Everyone else. Now, the problem here is that I'm the only one. Well, it's my turn, but I have maybe the the least accurate ways to dispatch this creature. Do I, as Lexicon Joe, know Lexicon John know what happens when you touch a creature such as this?
Roll academics plus logic.
By the way, we now need to see Lexicon John's brother, Almanac Joe.
AJ.
No hits.
You have no idea.
I have no idea.
Are you dying to find out?
Well, I think there's only one thing I
Are
want
you
to do.
dying to find out?
I believe since that was just a free action, I have, and I'm rather close to the creature. No,
You are very close. You could lean over and hit it.
Well, there's only two things that Lexicon John can do, and only two things he knows. I'd like to, in tandem if I can, inject this creature with some gamma scopolamine and wildly spray 2 cubic meters of glue all over it.
All right, so give me give me your melee. Give me melee plus finesse.
And what minuses am I taking here?
You're still inspired to do this, so we're gonna negate the minuses. You're just rolling the dice roll flat.
Okay. So you have flat 5 with 2 hits.
With 2 hits. Okay, so you have a moment where you seem to pierce flesh pierce flesh and impact with the glue, and it impacts somewhat on the surface before passing through the ectoplasm. You squirt all the gamma scopolamine onto the ground. And most of the glue flies through the creature, but it is going to take a -2 to any actions as a result of the glue. It takes no damage.
But it got a little sticky, though, did it not?
It did get a little sticky. It did. Lance, it's your turn.
So
After all, what is brown and sticky?
I'm not.
Lance, what are you
What
gonna
is brown and sticky?
A stick, you Nimrod. Lance, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna take one more action to run closer to my father across the rubble. So that's just gonna be a flat movement
All right,
again.
closer to Bobby.
Is there negatives?
No, coming down. No, just roll.
4 hits.
You're fine.
All right,
You
cool.
keep your footing. That's one of your actions, though.
And I'm going to fire again with this thing with my
Your Ares, your ATT alpha.
my AT&T Alpha. And so
What kind of mode? You're gonna do burst fire, full auto?
we're gonna do full auto.
It is a massive target. Okay, beautiful. With that full auto, running forward, and as you're moving, you fire like 10 bullets into this creature. Can you give me? It's -6. So with -4, give me finesse plus your attack roll. Just take a +4 for. So I guess you actually it evens out. So just roll finesse plus
Long arms.
long arms.
Okay, so that's 8 plus 4, so that's 12.
Yep.
5 hits.
The bullets soar through the creature. The first one's again hitting ectoplasm with a hard thud before collapsing the other side, before the rest of them start flying out of the way. The creature screeches in pain and horror, and then with its spider-like fingers, digs itself into some like incorporeal hole you can't see and disappears into the ground. On its turn, that immediately follows yours.
Bullets? It's what's for dinner?
You've now completed it.
It seems to be sated.
That's the end of initiative. You have access to the 4 people. Do you want to call? Still Jack Hennessy.
No.
I want to go into the van.
So you go into the van. You see you have the 4 targets painted that you want. There is Dang Rusty again, like
Where are the
head up
other-
in a
where are
flak
the other
jacket. The
guards?
other 3 are sitting mixed around the prison population. Everybody is manacled together.
I want to pull out my pistol and fire off the locks of the 3 that we need to run away.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you fire off those 3, and then Dang Rusty also has a padlock, and they can be wheeled out with like a dolly.
Well, the ones that we need to just scamper, not our targets.
The 4 you want to get away then.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you shoot the locks on Alexi, Crumb, Felipe, and Crowley.
Yes, the unpainted ones.
So they get shot, and then they look at you, kind of confused as to what to do.
Hello.
They kind of put their hands up.
Yeah. Oh no, just you can. I point the gun in their face. No, you can go. You just scamper.
Not really quite sure what to do. They get out looking at the dead bodies. One of them, identified as Crumb, kind of leans over and like picks up the gun from one of the from the psyker that was killed, and he's like, "Can I
Yeah,
take
I wink at him and I
have it?"
Yeah, happy holidays.
He goes, "Happy holidays to you too, son," and fires 2 shots into the air, and then
Merry
takes some clips,
Christmas.
and goes, "I'm gonna go steal me some cider donuts, apple cider donuts," and then runs off and going. Yee-haw!
So he knows where he is exactly.
One of the other people also turns.
It looks like Red Hook to me, I think.
One of the other people turns around, comes back, and grabs the shotgun from Hog and goes, "Can I have this?"
Oh yeah.
He grabs the shotgun and goes and says, "I'm off to do the same." Yeehaw! And runs off. Into the woods.
Happy holidays. Say hi to your mother for me.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, I use my drone to quickly check the car just to make sure that the people in there are actually in fact very dead.
What people?
They're
dead. They're dead.
Yeah.
They're good. You're still in Hot Sim though, or Cold Sim. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I guess our 4 painted targets. I guess I'm gonna go through everybody until Dang, and then I think I'm just gonna look at him.
Yeah, he's a handsome guy though. He's got the Hannibal Lecter mask in front
Well,
of you.
this
and he's
man,
blindfolded, so he can't
this
really see
man's got a higher KD than me.
you. From what you understand, this is the Penn Station Maniac. Do you know
I
about
know.
the Penn Station Maniac?
I would like to say I read about it, but I just watched it in a YouTube video.
Gotcha. About how he drove his car into Penn Station and crashed into an
Well,
invalid.
what's crazy is that some people think it's a conspiracy, and it's like, well, if you look at this handsome man, of course he killed an invalid.
All right, so I need.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's call Steel Skull.
Yeah.
So Steel Skull picks up. He's chewing on something and goes, "Oh, are you guys done with it? I swear I heard gunshots, but that might just be that the ringing in my ear from that music that my dear friend was playing before."
Could you drop off the roadblock before you come in? The bridge is down. The road is closed.
He goes, "All right, sure, whatever. So am I coming back now?"
Yes. The targets are painted and all present.
All right, great. Why don't you just gather them up? We'll put them in the van and see how we're doing, you know. And then, do you gather them out? You all get them out of the vans?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Do you unmanacle them, or do you just pull them out and manacle them?
No.
So you've got
Why
them all
bother?
standing by the side of the van. Steel Skull pulls up, looks at the bridge, and goes, "Damn, you did some damage. Honk, honk." All right, guys. He steps out of the car, saunters down, looks at everybody on a data pad, very leisurely checking. Goes, "All right, this looks like, all right, Ilsevich, Totenkin. That's definitely Dang Rusty. You look like Handy. All right, let me just make sure about this." And he reaches in and he grabs fingerprint pads, checking all of them, presses into their faces, checking their teeth, making sure there's not some kind of like psychomancy or some kind of like weird thing. "Never can be too careful," he says as he checks. The whole thing takes quite a little bit of time.
I check for any interesting gear, if there's any present. And
What? On who?
On the NYPD LLC.
You find no like cybernetics or anything. It's basically the guns that they had and the armor that they had, like some cybernetics inside of their bodies.
Okay. And I think we should probably set fire to the entire location afterwards.
Yeah. So while Steel Skull is doing all this, do you start setting fires?
I love it.
How do you
sounds
set
good
the
to me.
fires?
I must admit, I'm a big fan of this plan, but
there
I'm
are several
surprised it's coming
pretty
from
full
you.
tanks of fuel, and I know that he has other means as well.
So give me survival plus intuition from everybody as you're doing this.
And my drone keeps scouting a bit just to make sure nothing else.
All right. So
keeps an eye out.
So as you are burning down and attempting to start lighting fire in the forest, all of you gather together, out running through the forest. Come take a seat. Is our dear friend Galahad, running from the previous place. Now, what I would love is if you guys could scoot down. On the
I'm
van.
just
Learn
gonna
what I like,
willy-nilly.
thank you.
William Nilliam.
Yeah, so there's gasoline going everywhere. Galahad, you exhausted, I think, from running. Is that right?
I'm very tired.
You emerge covered in what are those like little thistles that get stuck in you?
Oh, nettles.
And you're covered in
Little
burrs.
burrs?
Are the,
Oh, yeah.
You're covered in burrs, and
and
you fell in mud.
burrs
at
in my
least once.
spurs.
Yep, burrs in your spurs. One of your spurs is off. You've got mud on your 10-gallon helmet.
Oh, that's hard to get out.
You merge face to face with Lancelot, who can I get a luck roll from you?
I got no hits.
You got doused in gasoline just as you come around the corner by Lance.
Lance!
Oh,
Lance!
goodness.
Lance! It's me, I'm covered. Oh, man, my sniffer's full of gasoline now.
Whoa,
Buddy,
Gail.
buddy,
Gail, what are you doing here?
I gotta talk to you.
This seems.
There's a whole situation going on.
Well-
I gotta go find your friend, Lies.
Oh, Lies? Oh, he's like that way. Why
I
do you
gotta,
need to see him?
he's gotta come with me.
Well, that's weird that you wouldn't want to spend
Look,
time
man,
with me.
I
Why
know
do you
that-
want to spend time with other
I
people? I thought.
You're the one that's spending all the time with other people. I called you while I was home on ranch time, and all you did was ignore my texts.
I couldn't. I was a little busy. What
Yeah,
about
I
all
know.
that time we spent together a couple weeks ago when
Look,
you were
man.
practicing your coin flipping and I was doing my finger
I
banging?
love that. I wanted more finger banging all the time from you, but I don't get it when, man, I know that you've been trying to go through your own thing. You've been doing your own stuff. You've been moving away from the LARPing game.
Are you mad at me for the competitive vaping? Is this
I'm
what
not
this is
mad.
about,
No,
Gail?
I've never been more confounded in my
golly.
life. I don't want to hold you back from your own dreams, what you got going on.
Gail.
All I'm saying is I'm on a job. You sent me down this path. I'm on this job now. I
Don't
gotta
you put
find-
that evil on me.
I'm not. No. Well,
Lexicon John, you and Bobby absolutely see this happening. Steel Skull puts over there and he's like, that's weird, as he keeps like checking the biodata of these things. Keep going, but you both definitely see this happening.
The moron has duplicated himself, it seems.
Seems as though he's found a dirt man somewhere. I don't know.
buddy,
Gail.
thank you for sending me down on this path. I couldn't have done any of this without you. We shot some cops. I gotta find your friend.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice. We killed a lot of them. I gotta find.
What do we always say?
All cops are fuckers.
That's what we always say.
That's what we always say. That was the.
calf, a calf.
Buddy, you've been working with a man named Lars.
Lars.
Lies.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I have a lot of gas.
I thought
I've
you
been
called me
sniffing a
about
lot
lies.
of gasoline
You told me
tonight.
about lies. I told you about lies. You have.
Yeah, everyone just you decided to open your lips about everybody.
Well, you called me.
I did.
Hey, also,
How
I went to
close are
go and
you-
try and get that sword you left me, and there was no sword there. Also,
Which sword? What are you talking about?
somebody called me and said that you bought me a sword as like a gift, and I went to try and pick it up, and there was nothing there, and I thought maybe this was a new gun that shoots swords, because I don't go in for swords.
So you've poured gasoline all over the van at this point. You've doused
At
it
this
in
point,
gasoline.
I'm pouring it on anything I want at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
My own shoes, if I care. Anything is better than this horrendous conversation.
So can I listen in because I've got comlink access to all these fools?
Yeah, you can absolutely. Give me perception plus intuition. What you do notice though during this conversation is you see a sleek black van of the same make and model as the corrections van, speeding up the highway toward your direction, coming the same direction as the other vans.
I paint it.
You paint it. Give me. So what do you get on your perception test?
Oh, the last one.
Perception plus intuition. Yeah.
Oh, this one. 4 hits.
4 hits. Yes. This conversation is coming through loud and clear for you, Lies. Give me data processing software and logic.
What?
He is hearing this entire conversation about how Galahad needs to get Lies. This is Lies.
6 hits.
6 hits. Yeah, you have painted the vehicle. Now all of you on the same team as Lies. You see
What is
painted in
painted?
green. It means that in their cyber eyes, they can see the green silhouette
that's
of the
fine.
van heading up. You can see it through the trees, moving your direction. Do you say anything about it, Lies?
Looks like we have a company.
Okay.
Yeah,
Black
of course
corrections
we have
van.
company. My friend Gal's here.
It's very obvious. You all definitely notice the green van
Yeah.
moving up.
And-
All right, we gotta
Bla-
get these. We
Yeah,
gotta get these
black
fuckers out of
correction style van.
Oh, okay. I turned to fire a grenade launcher at it.
Okay, so what do you do?
I'm firing.
Fire!
I go like this, and I wave myself in front of my friend, and I say, "Don't shoot him."
Do you see he stands in front of your gun?
love if
Huh?
you
He
died
stands
this
in front
game.
of your gun.
He stands in front of
He
my
stands
gun.
in front of your gun as you're about to shoot.
Yeah, what are you doing? Get out of
Don't
the way.
do it. No,
Yeah, what do I say about every shot that's not taken?
Yeah, one shot,
Wayne
one kill.
Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky. I get it. It's fine. But look, I don't really like him, but there's this young man in that car, and if you shoot it, then you'll be committed boyicide. And no one wants
Boyicide?
that. Yeah, you could be killing a young man, a minor, in fact. A major minor, and
Minors,
you don't
you
want to
said.
do that tonight. You
Major
don't want to do that
minor?
any day. Yeah, we don't want to get down that road.
Lexicon
Now,
John, do you agree they
I
shouldn't
just
shoot the
need-
car now?
Yes. Children should be saved at all times.
So you
Saved for me, or saved from you, rather. Don't get it twisted now.
so you just, Lexicon John, I think you've entered the conversation now. You've walked up to them as
What
this
the
conversation.
Pardon me. I heard some discussion of
Is
innocence.
that your first exposure to Lexicon, John?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's, you hear? What do you say again, Lexicon John?
I heard some discussion of innocence. The innocence
yes.
of a child.
Lies told me to shoot this thing, so I'm
don't
just
shoot
gonna
it,
shoot
you
it.
ca-
And now my friend here, I don't even know why he's here. I pour gasoline on him.
I got covered in gasoline, but I'd take any liquids from you, my friend, in any situation or any context. Now, I just need you to do me a favor. Don't shoot the van. That's my buddy. We're not really
The
getting
van
along.
is getting really close. This is
And
your last
I-
chance to
I-
shoot it. if
I-
you
I'm
want
here to
shoot it.
just come for your friend Laz. If we come for your friend Laz, no one else has to die.
Wait a minute. What do you mean you're coming for a lot? You're coming on lies? Why?
Because that's what I was hired to do. I'm
Well-
sorry, friend. This is what I'm here for. I get paid a lot of money. I can cut you in if you really want that. But like you said, you
Cut
did not
me
want to
in.
be involved in this process. I just gotta come for your friend Lies, and if I get him and take him, no one else has to die or get hurt or get involved in any of this bullshit.
I butt Gale in the face with my gun.
Okay. Can
My
get
nose!
give me a melee plus finesse action, and then Galahad, can you give me
About to die.
intuition plus finesse plus athletics. How many hits you get?
I only got 2.
Okay, give me finesse plus athletics with your negatives.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm counting up my negatives. I have -4 right now. Strength plus finesse, eh?
No, finesse plus athletics.
All right. I got 2 hits.
All right, you bonk him in the face for 1 physical damage, but you kind of get out of the way, but it still hits you in your temple.
Oh. Not on my forehead.
The car comes to a screeching halt in front of the other corrections van that's covered in gasoline.
Oh, by the way, when I get a moment, I drop out of Cold Sim and start hiking it away.
Okay, so you drop out of cold sim and you start running. Perfect.
Yeah, hike. I'm not that. I go at the.
Athletics plus finesse.
Yeah, I'm not.
So what do I
I'm not
see?
saying, so I'm definitely not running because I don't have the breath for it.
Okay, so you're power walking away. Got it.
Yeah.
What do I see?
You see on the other side, you see Galahad getting butted in the face by Lance while
Tight.
standing in front of the
Sick.
fight and being like, no, Lexicon John over here rubbing his chin.
Okay.
And think about this. You see Lancelot who just hit him. Off to the corner, you see Bobbiano, who's standing near Steel Skull Jack Hennessy, who is in front of 4 prisoners. 3 of them are wearing prisoner jumpsuits and in manacles. A 4th one is in a Hannibal Lecter style dolly, wrapped in a flat in a straight jacket with their matte face
Do I
completely
see
covered.
him?
You Lies?
Yeah.
No, you do not. Lies is nowhere to be seen.
All right.
You do have in your HUD though that you know that Lies is on the other side of the bridge and is running. So you know that Lies is like over here running and the bridge is collapsed, blocking the road completely.
We did that bridge dirty.
Yeah, what do? You're standing in the car right now. Do you
First
get
of all, you
do you step out of the car?
left me
Boy.
behind.
No. I was just working myself out of some kinks. I had to empty my hog in the
I
woods.
had to put
and
Pilgrim
then-
in the back of the van by myself. This dude must be like 300 pounds of just fucking muscle. He's like a boulder.
Yeah,
It's
and look how
wild.
much stronger you are as a person for making it here. That builds character, my friend. My
So this
little
is a
tiny
17-year-old boy. I don't know if that
immature
counts as
virgin
innocent
friend.
for you, Lexicon.
No, you're quite old, in fact, but you do remind me of someone.
Who the fuck fuck is
He
this?
just says this to you, to your face. No, you're quite old, in fact, unprompted. But you remind me of someone. Do you walk up to?
What the hell are you? What is this?
I must admit, I heard tale of the innocence of unspoiled queen children, but seeing you, I immediately would really.
Gail.
I'd rather just as soon let you die and go about my
Bug.
business.
Bug.
All right, great, whatever.
This is-
Anyway,
if you
there's
wanna
someone
take-
running.
Bug. Yeah, this is my friend
I don't give
Lancelot.
a shit
This
about
is the
your
guy I
fucking
used to
friend,
always
dude.
larp with. I've told you about this man so many times.
I
Can't
don't-
you just listen for one
No,
goddamn
because
second,
I'm
or
trying
can
to
your
get us
15-year-old
paid.
brain just
I'm
not
trying to
pay
get us paid.
attention?
I'm trying to get us paid. Do you want to get paid?
No, I've been
I wanna
asking.
Get paid. What do you want?
Lancelot, where is?
He's running. I have it
All
in
right.
my comm.
Lancelot, I gotta go.
So you start running.
Yeah.
Finesse plus athletics. Take your negatives.
I'm gonna grab him by the ankles.
Okay, before you grab.
What
my-
are you
okay,
doing?
Roll finesse plus unarmed.
Yeah. Oh,
I glitched.
by the way,
Okay, so
my
you
God.
trip over your burfold spear
hit.
spurs.
With one hit though.
Okay, so you start running, but you trip over your burr-filled spurs, and Lance
My burr spurs.
Lance grabs you by your
Your
foot. You
burr-filled
fall
spurs.
flat on your face.
Oh! Do I get a little hurt?
Yeah.
No, you just fall on your face and feel
Oh, I
stupid.
just look stupid.
Yeah, you just look
You're not
stupid.
even
Bug,
hurting.
you see this happen. Are you still in the car? Are you yelling from the door of the car, or are you out of the car?
I'm out of the car because
Okay.
I can't cross the bridge.
So what do you do now? Do you run?
Yeah.
Okay, you start running.
Yeah.
Okay, give me athletics plus.
Oh man, this is
plus-
gonna be
What's
awful.
their path?
Two hackers chasing after each
You
other.
made your action against him, but they're gonna run past you. Lexicon, John, or Bobby Babiano, you can intercept if you want on
So-
this
so-
individual.
yeah. So,
Oh man, with my minuses.
I
Wait,
think
can
I'm
I
still
use
playing
heal?
with the gasoline at this point.
Okay, you go back to
Should
the
I
gas
heal?
station. Oh yeah, roll medicine plus logic with no negatives. Just roll it flat.
whoever's got a HUD gets a message on HUD going, I'm
One hit.
clearing out, and
Take one.
they can see where I am. Please hold them up.
You can't tell they can see you. Metagame, you can't tell.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing. that
No.
would tell you.
That's but no. I'm not saying that they can see me. I mark myself
Oh, so
on their
he
HUDs.
marks himself on your HUD so you can see where he
See,
is.
okay, I
and
feel
you
like-
say you're running.
Yeah.
Bobby would probably be more sympathetic, but I know Wise has been fucking with me.
Do you know that?
Bobby doesn't.
Bobby
I
doesn't.
know.
So Bobby doesn't know. So what
Yeah.
would Bobby do knowing that Bobby
I
doesn't?
still think Bobby is honestly like, hey, big boy, let's take these prisoners, get out of here. Maybe you and me get a motel for the night.
Who do you say that to? Steel Skull?
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, so here's what's
I
happening.
think I don't
Alright.
give. I think I still don't give a
So
shit.
Lance grabs and stops Galahad from going. Lexicon, John, and Bobby fully see Bug over here start to run. They see that, then Lexicon John goes back to the gasoline, starts spraying it everywhere, because Lance did leave it half done. And then Bobby sees you running, and then turns to Steel Skull and is like, so what about like a hotel room later? So completely
Stop
ignoring
saying,
it.
like,
How many successes
we
did
bring
you get?
these prisoners
I got no
out of
hits.
here.
So you got no hits in your athletics. So you are going like really slowly. It'd be insanely easy to stop you. You're on top of the wall at this point. No one is bothered to stop you whatsoever. What's amazing is that you get to the top of the wall and you see Lies power walking away down the road.
I start speeding
is
up as I
triggered.
see her taking off as well.
Okay, well, give me perception plus intuition to look behind your back. Just
Oh no,
Her.
no,
I'm not a her.
I'm keeping an eye with the drone.
give me data processing software and logic at -4 for the
Because-
to have the drone follow along.
4 hits.
Yeah, okay, the drone is kind of keeping an eye on everything. Yeah, so as you get to the top of the hill, he turns around and power walks faster as he sees you. What do you do at the top from the top of the hill, Bug?
So, how far can an Uzi shoot?
An Uzi can shoot.
Through the trees.
An Uzi can shoot about 150 feet with a -6. It can fire about 90 feet with a -3. It can fire about 45 feet with a -1, and it can fire up to 15 feet with 0. He is easily. He's probably we'll say 150 feet away, but he's also you went into the trees.
Yeah.
So it'd be a -8 to try to shoot him.
Yeah, that's not really gonna do very well.
Yeah. What do? Do you take to the trees?
Yeah, I guess so. I can't shoot at him.
Let me get another athletics plus finesse from both of you as this runoff starts to happen. Lance, as the only one who's taken effect, you've come back to setting off the gasoline. Bobby, you're talking. with
The
this
issue
happening.
I've run into is that the child's run away. Maybe the only person we know with a lighter here. How are we planning to light this gasoline? Is it?
you can fire a bullet into it. There's a
Bobby
spark.
has a lighter? I've been smoking
Oh,
cigarettes
Bobby's
all
been
night.
smoking. Yeah, Bobby's been smoking cigarettes.
I thought I was back to scrambling on the floor under the bridge here.
Buddy,
Okay, so
why'd you knock me on my ass?
Well, hey, I don't know what you're trying to do, Gale. This
Buddy.
is crazy. Stop struggling.
I can't stop. You can't. There's so much money on the line, my friend.
can you give me
Hey.
persuasion plus charm just to see how persuading it is? You don't have to. If you want to roll against it, you can, but it's up to you whether you want to.
I don't think I roll against it. We'll just see how it is.
Two hits. Can you give me intuition plus empathy? Empathy.
So just 5.
Yeah.
One hit.
One hit. So he is more persuasive than you are empathetic, but that's up to you to decide what to do with that.
Well, Gale, I mean,
I came a long way to find you, my man.
You didn't
I came to give you a warning and to tell you that I needed to do this because I respect you and I worry about who you're running with. Because this man,
So glad I'm not hearing this.
he's dealing with the wrong folk.
What are you, he's dealing with the me folk. Are we wrong folk, Gale? I thought I
All
was
right.
good folk.
Bug, what did you roll?
1 hit.
One hit. Okay, so you both continue to run very slowly after each other at about a similar clip.
I'm only rolling with 1 die.
Can you
Two dice.
Lexicon John, you've put
Two
the
dice.
gasoline everywhere. Do
I
you
would
ask-
normally
do you ask
have
Bobby
3,
for the lighter?
but I have minuses.
Okay. Oh, so you're more athletic than I am. Bloody hell. Hackers unite.
Bobby, pardon me. Do you have a lighter? Should I light this gasoline with my my glasses in the sunlight here?
It is nighttime, my friend. Let me give you a lighter. Here you go.
I forget these glasses are so dark.
Actually, you know what
I
do?
never really know what time
I'm
it is.
finishing up a Capri 120 as we speak, and I just sort of flick the butt over to you, and I imagine that you can catch it. You seem like
I'll
you're
just let it
capable.
fall to the ground and kick it with my gasoline-covered boots and hope for the best.
Your boots get covered in gasoline. I mean, in fire, but you know what's that to do with you? You kick it into the van, and the van erupts into flames. Steel Skull looking at things, going, "All right, I think we're all set here. All right, everybody, let's get in the van. This can be whatever it is. I don't care." And he starts trudging up the hill, saying, "Come on, prisoners, come on. We're gonna set you free eventually. Come on. Can somebody wheel that dang rusty fellow? It's gonna be up the hill. It's gonna be a little tough." And he starts going, "Chop, chop, Lance. Come on."
I mean, I'm still tussled up with Gale on the ground.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Buddy, go hang out with this middleman. I'm gonna go after your friend. We can just part ways. This might be the end of our friendship.
Gale.
Man. Oh, wow.
I'm sorry.
At that
I
moment,
hope that.
At that moment, you hear, "Put down your weapons!" And then suddenly, you hear the do-do-do-do-do-do of 2 helicopters overhead that had dropped in from a stealth-like scenario. Those from the A-team recognize these as the same make and model as the helicopters that you were dealing with before. Lights suddenly flash all around the area. "We see the van that you set on fire. That's how we found you so easily."
God damn it.
Put down
Buddy.
your weapons.
You come with me.
The all of you are painted in the lights. All of you, give me stealth plus finesse at +2. Give me stealth plus finesse flat.
4 hits.
I want to.
4 hits. As far as you can tell, the
Critically glitched.
okay. So you fall down when the lights come in, and the lights come in and hit you directly. You, at least to this point, you do not believe you've been seen by the helicopters. The 2 helicopters up ahead look down at all of you. What do you guys do? You are not in the van. Steel Skull is about halfway up to the van at this point.
Wait, which helicopters are these?
These are 2 new helicopters that are flying above you. They are the same make and model as the police helicopter that you encountered last session.
Oh, man.
You
I already
recognize it.
blew these guys up.
What do you do?
He already blew him.
I look at the helicopter and then look at Gale
Done blew
with
myself.
a hard thing, trying to remember what do I love most in this world, and I sprint for the finger licker.
All right. Give me athletics plus finesse. What does everybody else do in this moment?
I get back up and I keep going.
Okay, you keep going into the woods. Okay. Lexicon John.
I think I open my coat and unbutton my shirt and bare my rotten and melted skin, bathed in firelight, to this helicopter and just gaze up above at the searchlights.
What do you do, Bobby Bobbiano?
I too run for the woods.
Do you run toward the van? That's because the van is parked.
Yeah, van, but like
here,
I'm trying to hide, but like towards there, yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
Steel
towards
Skull
the van.
goes, fuck, and grabs 2 of the prisoners by the manacles and starts hoisting them, pulling them uphill. One of his pistol arms collapses, and a shotgun gets pushed into his hand. He turns around and he fires 1 shot at the helicopter above. Lance, what'd you roll? You get to the finger licker.
I lay
The
down.
helicopter. What you notice now, the helicopters are still searchlights spreading. One is focused on you. The other is focused on Steel Skull, who fired the bullet. You notice another helicopter, multiple lights coming from not very far away.
So that's a third one?
A third helicopter.
I fire the finger licker at the closest helicopter.
Okay, roll. Give me finesse plus long arms. Take a -2 for the darkness and the searchlights confusing you. And don't take any of your bonuses because again, you don't have a tripod.
4 hits.
4 hits. Anti-vehicle. Well, it's not really. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 hits. Let me roll this really quick. The bullet flies through the center of the helicopter, tearing it sort of the center part in half. It veers slightly, but catches itself before falling straight to the ground. It's taken severe damage. It's smoking badly, but the rotors are still good. It's holding itself still up. The Gatling guns on the helicopters open fire. The other helicopter coming in from a distance stops in midair. Rappelling ropes drop down from the back of it, and you see C-SWAT after C-SWAT troopers, the ones you fought in the A-team and the 2 you fought, dropping down from the helicopter. The Gatling guns open up. They fire all around you, intentionally missing. So drop all weapons, or we will be forced to fucking shoot you, bros.
I scream, Gale! Run!
What do you do, Galahad?
Oh, hell! I get up, I start sprinting, and I'm kicking my boots up behind my butt while I'm doing it.
Give me athletics plus finesse. Take a +1 for your lack of decorum. Bobby, you have made it to the van.
Where is the van?
The van is right
So
here. It's parked at the edge of the broken bridge.
Fuck, I can't drive.
I got.
You get in the van, or what do you do?
I think I kind of keep hoofing it down the road, like diving through the trees, just getting away from this helicopter.
Okay, so you're running back toward Red Hook the way you came.
Yeah.
Okay, the way the prisoners went. The prisoners who were given guns. The way they went. They went through Red Hook. I'm just saying that's the same way.
Yeah, sure, that's where I'm going to, though. I think, I'm in some power heels. I'm in a power suit. I'm definitely not as fast as they are.
Give me finesse plus athletics.
It's not gonna be great.
Galahad, what'd you roll? Do that again.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, you hightail it into the woods. You're
Glitch with
making a
1
good
hit
clip.
on mine.
Okay. Glitch with 1 hit. You break one of your heels and are forced to kick them both off, but then you're making a good clip after that. Lexicon John, what do you do?
I'll admit I formulated my plan to intimidate the helicopter when I knew Lance was reaching for his weapon, but now there are 3, and so I'd like to turn tail and run to my only friend in this campaign, Steel Skull Jack Hennessy in the van.
All right, cool. Steel Skull's still trying to hoist people up while firing shots above. Bug, are you still running after this individual?
Yes.
Running?
And
All right.
also, I want to ask, what's his name? I always forget his name.
Steel Skull?
Albino?
Albedo. Yeah, what do you think?
ETA.
Albedo says, ETA, we're about 5 minutes out.
Oh my god, hurry.
Okay, can you give me athletics plus finesse? Are you hiding or are you still running through the forest?
I basically as soon as everything kicked off, I drop into the nearest bush.
Okay,
and
cool.
shut myself
We'll
down.
keep your stealth roll that you rolled before. Okay, give me athletics plus 1.
Yeah,
okay.
and by the way, I shut all my stuff down.
Okay, shut it all down. Great. So, Lance, what do you do?
I fire another shot.
At the same one?
Huh? At the
same
one? No, at the second closest one now.
Okay, roll it. So the other one with the Gatling gun.
Yes.
Okay.
4 hits.
4 hits. Let me roll. This one pierces straight through the hull of the damn thing. It comes crashing down with an explosion. The ricochet of the bullet echoing through the night with a massive boom. The Gatling guns start opening up fire, as you say.
Bullets! It's what's for dinner!
The Gatling guns rip up and across. Lexicon John, can you give me a intuition check?
Do I see the helicopter crash?
Behind you, you hear an explosion, but you're bolting for the.
That's fair. I was gonna say, after my own heart.
Unfortunate.
Glitch with one.
All right. You are torn to bits from Gatling gun fire that rip across and also rip up two of the things. You can roll a soak test if you'd like. Take a negative 8.
Is this
on the
our
soak
first
test.
honor? Maybe death.
Give me a negative 8.
I guess
on
we'll
the soak test.
see. Although it seems like this man's seen worse.
3 hits.
3 hits. Okay, so you take 19 damage.
Woo!
I'm almost certainly dead. I don't know how this damage even
Let's see how
works.
much life you have left. If you can take 4 more hits before being knocked out and 9 more hits before dying. So you're overkilled by 10 as you're ripped apart.
So he dead.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I, this loathsome gargoyle, this modern Frankenstein, now riddled with bullets like a trooper in Vietnam, bleeding out on my way to the van, I begin, falling to my knees, or am I unfazed?
And you see, as you fall to your knees, you see another person stepping out of the woods. Doesn't look like the C-SWAT people. It is all you can tell is that they're wearing cargo pants and a winter coat, and they're walking onto the street.
Who's this fucker?
Okay. Galahad,
Last
you're
words.
running off into the woods. Bobby Bobbiano, you're running down the street. Bug, you are continuing to move into the bushes. Lies, you do not know this, but despite you turning off all your stuff, you can still track Lies.
Yep.
And Lexicon John, you've fallen to your knees. Steel Skull Jack's Hennessy took a few of those shots. 2 of the prisoners are now dead. Neither of them were dang rusty. And Steel Skull continues to fire up into the air. There are now multiple C-SWAT people moving in on their position. Lance.
I fire at the last remaining. Oh no, there's 3 helicopters.
There's 3 helicopters. You destroyed 1. There's one with the Gatling gun, and then there's one dropping C-SWAT people out of it. It's dropped about 12 so far.
I shoot at the one with all the little ants.
Which the one with the with the ants are bullets, or the ants are the C-SWAT?
The
people?
ants are people.
Okay, yeah, fire at it.
4 hits.
All right, this one. You blast it in the side. It starts wheeling around and forced to attempt to make an emergency landing in a couple of trees.
That's finger licking good.
It's blasting apart. Now, give me intuition. Flat intuition.
3 hits.
Okay, can you roll me a soak test at -8?
Seems wild to
As the
me.
Gatling gun veers towards you, as you're laying down on the ground firing these bullets. I don't know why they went for Lexicon John first.
6 hits.
Could it be that he was bearing his chest in the
That's
middle
fair.
of a
He was
fiery
trying to
street?
intimidate the helicopter, and he succeeded too well.
So you got 6 hits?
Yes.
Could it be
Okay.
your
So I got
exposition
4
of your
over you
fleshy
plus
form
24, 28
on this
minus
burning
6, you take
street?
22 damage.
That was your ultimate
As
demise.
you are torn apart by Gatling gun fire. It rips you entirely apart. What do you say?
Bullets. It's what's for.
Oh my
You hear, your last thing you hear is Steel Skull say, "That's my line!" and firing more shots at the helicopter overhead. With your last of your eyesight, Lexicon John, I think you are one of the only people to notice this person who stepped out into the field. She walks forward and puts a hand on Dang Rusty and whispers something you can't hear. Lance, you're dead.
Well,
Run far
Steel
away.
Skull, my friend, it looks like you and I will be one and the same soon with these bodies. Maybe you and I just take the first of this prisoner, strap his handcuffs to the trailer hitch, and let's you and I drive away, though.
As you say that, the Gatling gun bullets come back around and they riddle Steel Skull with bullets, knocking his head off as he turns to look at you with disgust and disdain. The bullets riddle across everyone in this area, and you hear, "Clear the area," as the bullets fly around. The helicopter, the soldiers start filtering into the woods and start trying to run down the people that ran into the woods. There's before the thing had to make an emergency landing. The transport helicopter, 12 dropped into the ground. 3 of them are pursuing Bobby Bobbiano. The other 9 have moved to the other way. I mean, they aren't that far behind. They're pretty far behind you, but you can see the flashlights, and they can absolutely see all of you except necessarily Lies, who's stealthed in the bush.
As
you
a-
are being chased close by.
Yep, that's what I do.
And
Do we get actions here or no?
no, not at this point. You hear Lexicon John. You now see, in this moment, in front of you,
Damn,
you see this.
a lot before you die.
Yeah, you are. You're bleeding out on the ground,
So
but
they
you have
say.
a will to live. You have a will to survive. I mean, after all, you've rejected all these goddamn organs. Is that right?
Yeah.
So, you staring up, you see this woman still trying to, with a hand on Dang Rusty. The Gatling gun pulls towards them, and you see them get their head completely ripped off by a Gatling gun. You blink your eyes, and their head is back where it was before. Similarly, you see multiple bullets ripping through this individual, each time a body part flying off, each time something happening, a gruesome death. And when you blink, they're back standing where they were. With their hand on Dang Rusty, they look up at the helicopter, and you see them squint. The helicopter is up in the air, and then you blink your eyes, and the helicopter has exploded on the ground down below where you stand. It's at that moment that a bunch of the C-SWAT people approach the person, grab a hold of her. One of them who's grabbed a hold of her, you see that for a second again, blink, and the person's on the ground with a broken arm. The next person, you see a bullet fly through her body. Again, nothing. The person's gun suddenly jamming. The bullet seeming to not have fired at all. And then a bullet finds Dang Rusty in the head. His head explodes. And this time when you blink, the head stays exploded. But this time the woman standing over Dang Rusty's body seems to get upset at what happened. Shudders a little bit, closes her eyes. You see a flash of light, and then, Lexicon John, you are standing, holding a siphoning gasoline outside of a car, with Steel Skull Jack Hennessy walking down the slope, saying, "All right, get the prisoners out of the van. Let's check this out." And blinking and looking around, you find yourself somehow to be not surrounded by helicopters, not surrounded by C-SWAT, not dying, in fact, just siphoning gasoline with your lipless mouth out of the back of the van into a can to destroy it. Lance, you open your eyes and you find yourself watching and cheering on Lexicon John as he sucks the gasoline out. You remember dying, but maybe it was just a weird dream. Bobby, you remember all of these things happening. All of you are somewhat shocked to see this. After Steel Skull finishes his sentence, he kind of looks around and he's like, "All right, what the fuck just happened?" Steel Skull says, looking around. Galahad, Bug, you are not here. You both find yourself, Galahad, standing up from a puddle in the mud that you fell in, which got you covered in burrs. And Bug, you are wiping your brow, having just dropped Pilgrim in the back of the van and ready to catch up with Galahad, but you also blinking and looking around, confused. Lies, you are still in Cold Sim with your eye drone looking for things when you come back to in this moment.
My boots have been rebirred.
You find yourself... You find yourself a good, you're still a good like 5 or 6 minutes running distance away from everybody else.
I feel superstitious, but I say, don't light the fire.
In the hail of gunfire, where all my drugs exploded into my veins here, what's happened?
I'm gonna go hug my gun.
You go and you hug your
prisoners, and we are out of here. Like,
Steel
let's
Skull
go.
goes.
Move.
Yeah,
We're
that's
taking these prisoners into this
Yeah,
van right
that's a
now.
good
Hey,
idea.
Metal Boy, come on, let's get him in there. We got no time to waste.
Rather unfazed because you
start
weren't
hugging
riddled
all of
with
your guns
bullets.
and pulling them in.
Walking
Lance,
towards the
Lies, do
RV.
you
Yeah.
you get into the van?
Yeah.
Steel Skull grabs all of them and starts moving them to the van. Just as you are about to get into the van, the same woman, Lexicon John, that you saw, no one else did, comes running out of the tree line. Last time, she came out kind of stepping almost serenely into the spot. Now she's running. She's sweating, hunkered over, breathing really heavily, and she goes, Can I need to take a ride with you. I need to talk to that guy." And points at Dang Rusty, who is being like packed in like a dolly full of stuff into the van. Says, I need to go. None of you have seen this person before except you, Lexicon John.
All right, hand over any weapons you got.
Would you say that this is some random person stepping out of the woods? You've never seen this person before.
Yeah, you can ride with us. Just give us, let's
What's-
give you a pat down. Is my opinion.
I mean, I'm just talking my guns. I'm curious how you guys handle this.
It's that fucker from the woods.
Oh, you know, her name's Fucker, and she's from the woods?
Only moments ago I was dying. Do you not recall this?
I remember some helicopters coming, and then I was running, but I thought that was just
I remember my
Carla
guts
Rossi and
ejecting
just
from the back of my body, and it was this woman that has saved
Wait, so you don't
me?
like her? I don't give a shit. Leave her behind.
She goes, no, please. She walks forward, like you see that she's barefoot. She's also covered in burrs. She seems very tired. She drops to a knee. She is at the bottom of the hill here. She's a good distance away.
Think she's got any money?
I don't know. This is going against my better judgment, but only one other woman has saved my life previously. And now
I know
I'm
it was
beginning to
me.
wonder, has a new queen emerged in my life?
Hearing Lexicon John's words, still not saying anything, with my big guns on either shoulder in my shopping cart, I pick up this woman and put her in my shopping cart and begin to wheel her towards the van.
The moment you put her in, she climbs back out of it and says, I appreciate it, but I don't like being... Anyway, she gets into the car, and Steel Skull looks back and goes, "What? Who's that? Who's that? I gotta find my buddy. Why do we have an extra passenger?
It looks as if it's our fifth person.
All right." And he guns the car, Galahad, just as you're running out onto the road.
Lance! Stop the car!
Steel Skull goes, "We're not taking the 6th," and backs up and drives.
Looking out the window with a quizzical look.
Lance! I gotta get lost!
The car drives away. So the car is moving its way back toward Rikers for a while. The strange woman sits in the back with a hand on Dang Rusty's shoulder. Doesn't ever bother to unblindfold Dang Rusty. Doesn't ever bother to take the gag out of Dang Rusty's mouth. Doesn't really bother to do anything else. But keeps a hand on Dang Rusty's head. And then maybe when you're about 10, 15 minutes out, she gets up and she goes, "Okay, you can let me off here." And Steel Skull goes, "What? Why are we?"
Oh, by the way, I check for if she's got any hardware.
You detect
What?
no hardware whatsoever. She goes, "You can let me off here." Steel Skull kind of looks at everybody else and says, "What am I doing? I don't understand what's happening anymore. I've been in a lot of Kill Team 6 situations. I kill a lot of orphans, but this is new to me, if you can believe it or not."
I think we should take this one back to Abe with us.
She goes, "I really would like to not do that. If you could just let me off here, that'd be great."
I open the door.
Steel Skull goes, "I agree with her. We're just going for it. Close the door, Lance." But then,
I hold the door open.
as you hold the door open, the car's still moving. She steps out, and you look back and you see her hit the ground. Her legs break. Her whole body crumple. And then you see her you blink, and she's rolled out. She's a little worse for wear, and she stands up and she runs off into the woods.
Oh, good for her.
Lance, my friend.
And I think for that, I think we're done with this episode, which means that we're done with this season 1 of Null York City, both A and Z team. The reason why we're done is because next Tuesday, Wednesday are Christmas Eve and Christmas. The ones after that are New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, which are not ideal for role playing. But we will be back in probably around the January 7th, January 8th, starting season 2, hopefully with even more new gear, a better setup, and the same characters we all know and love. Can we go around and introduce everybody?
I'm Tyler, and I play
Lancelot.
I'm Lily, and I'm playing Bobby Babiano. Hey, whoa.
I'm Bryce, and I play Galahad.
I'm Crystal, and I play Bug.
My name is Alec, and I'm Lexicon John.
And I'm Leon Lies Montana.
Thank you so much for watching Null York City and the Wizardhole. We're going to be